year at Plastic City Comic-Con, we will have panels. We have 4 different panels planned. First up, it's Author Conversations with Will Murray and Matt Serafini. Next up is George Medina with a panel all about creating comics for young readers. We will have the hosts of the hot podcast, Greg's Cryptid Corner, to teach us all about cryptids. And last is the popular Artist Sketch-Off, hosted by the one and only Johnny C. Join us for panels and so much more at Plastic City Comic-Con on Saturday, August 22nd in Leominster, Massachusetts. Admission is just $10 and kids 12 and under are free. See you there.
Hey comic fans, want the ultimate VIP experience at Plastic City Comic-Con? This year, the first 50 VIP ticket holders get an incredible gift bag packed with exclusives. Score a 6x9 Batman print by the legendary Joe St. Pierre and get it signed on site. Next up, the limited 11x17 Backrooms and Simpsons mashup, numbered 1 through 50. Grab yours and get it signed by Scott McFarlane of Angry Dad Comics. You'll receive a rare mystery variant cover comic, courtesy of Mellow Fellow Trading, and a random mystery gift from Sky Boyven and other Plastic City guests. All of this can be yours for just $20. Get your VIP tickets today at plasticcitycomiccon.com. The con runs Saturday, August 22nd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. with VIP early entry at 9 a.m. Don't miss out. These VIP gifts are limited to the first 50. Grab your ticket now and level up your con experience at Plastic City Comic-Con.
Indie Comics Relay, we're here at the Burlington Public Library, and check out this line. I think they're all for us.
Hey guys, is this the line for blue?
Actually, yeah, it is the line for blue.
The Plastic City Comic Con is proud to present our Kids Workshop, brought to you by KidsCon New England. There will be lots of fun and creative activities, just for kids. Don't miss a full day of creative fun with your host, Emily Druin, creator of KidsCon New England. There will be drawing, coloring, and crafts, drawing a doodle mural, and mask making all day. From 10:30 to 11:30, there's a superhero and Pokemon art workshop. From 12 to 1, learn to draw and craft Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and game characters. From 1:30 to 2:30, it's Princess Storytime and designing crowns. And from 3 to 4, design a superhero and create a comic. The Kids Con is included with admission to Plastic City Comic Con, and kids 12 and under are free with a paid adult. Join us at the Doubletree Hilton in Leominster on Saturday, August 22nd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Visit plasticcitycomiccon.com for more information.
Hey wrestling fans, Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man here, inviting you to join me in Leominster, Massachusetts for the Plastic City Comic-Con, Saturday, August the 22nd. I'll be there signing autographs and taking pictures with all you fans. Hope to see you there. And remember, everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Indie Comics Relay. I'm your host, Keith Gleason, creator of the Mighty Mascots and promoter for the Plastic City Comic-Con. Johnny is not here tonight, but maybe might jump in. But with me as always,
he's on assignment.
He's on assignment. Harry G, Time Lord of Tangents himself, Harry G. There we go. I almost said graphic artist extraordinaire, the old lingo.
Well, I answer to many names, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, we should talk about Johnny. So Johnny we're coming home tonight from San Diego Comic-Con. And
Cool.
I saw a few pics. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, Harry.
I do. Yeah, I do actually. I saw the mention. He mentioned ICR at some panel. That was pretty cool.
He texted me on the side. I guess it was a indie comics panel, and half the creators didn't show up. So Johnny just kind of jumped up there and kind of took it over and just made it an indie comics.
That's so unlike him.
Well, Johnny, when he sees an opportunity, he jumps on it, and he's good at that.
Right,
you know,
right.
Like,
in a good way. In a good way.
In a good way. Like, he would never have done that if everybody was there. You know what I mean? He wouldn't have like rocked the boat. But I wish we got it on camera because I would have released it as a video. I thought that would be
well, he
really
does have a small snippet. He just put out a small snippet of that ICR mentioned, but
yeah, right. Hey, Creators Outlet. He says, "Oh, Johnny C got SDCC money." Yeah, that's true. He's there every year, which like I would love to go again. I don't know. I gotta talk to him. It's a lot of money, dude. A lot of money to do that show.
Yeah.
You know,
he's got his own private jet and everything too. That's why he can go whenever he feels like
it. Yeah, right. So what's been up with you, man? Like since the last episode, feels like it's been a while.
2 weeks. Yeah, it's been a fortnight. Yeah. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
have you heard any news from San Diego? Because I saw one sad thing. I saw George Takei being wheeled down in a wheelchair. I mean, I get it. He's like 1 billion years old. You know, like in his like mid 80s, I think, almost. Yeah. So, but I used to be on Stern all the time, and he used to talk about doing like push-ups. Yeah, he used to do he used to talk about doing 100 push-ups a day, or I think it's a day. And now he's being pushed around. It's kind of sad to see.
Did he?
I mean, I get it. He's old.
Did he look bad, or I haven't seen the footage of that?
She looked the same. I mean, as he has in recent years, you know. But in a wheelchair, it's weird to not see him.
Do you remember there was an episode of when he showed his feet are messed up from like.
Oh my god! Yeah, right. Yeah,
he's got
like a LeBron James.
Yeah, like I wonder if that caught up with him finally, you know.
Oh, maybe.
You know, and like eventually maybe
maybe
it was
all
hard for him to walk or something, you know.
Maybe all his toes fused together or something. I don't know. Into one.
He had weird feet. There wasn't a lot of really great things coming out of San Diego this year.
Yeah,
usually it's packed with like with announcements and like different trailers and stuff. Nothing crazy though. Like, you know, I guess probably the big news is that Ryan Gosling's going to be Ghost Rider, which is kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I'm glad. I can see him do that. You know, I can see him. He
looks like Johnny Blaze. Like when you look at a comic book version of Blaze, he kind of looks like him. So
right.
And the good thing about him being involved, though, is he's very he's the kind of actor that demands good scripts, and you know what I mean. So I'm hoping that'll make the movie better, you know. But we'll see. You know, but
it would have been cool if.
Go ahead.
It would have been cool if Norman Reedus could have played him, because I could see that too. Because he always rides his bike on it all the time anyway, you know, like.
Yeah, and I saw this. Cool. Rick Moranis. Did you see the Rick Moranis showing up? That was big news. That was big news.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, other stuff. I mean, Johnny had a couple pictures on his Instagram about some of the AEW stuff. He got to meet. He got a great picture with Tony Khan, the guy that runs AEW, and then also a picture with Speedball Mike Bailey. Which is one of the newer guys, but who's pretty awesome in the ring.
Speaking of AEW, I was watching Dark Side of the Ring. Have you been watching that? Have you been following or keeping?
No, but I've been wanting to. It's the Jeff Jarrett stuff, right?
Yeah. So the first 3 episodes are Jeff Jarrett, who I didn't really know much about. He was like after my time, I think, or right around the time where I began to lose interest in wrestling. when I began to realize this, I'm really watching adult men in their underwear rolling around, But then,
I still love watching adult men in their underwear roll around.
Yeah, right. So the fourth episode was like Johnny was. I think this is the one that Johnny was waiting for. It's a Necro Butcher versus Samoa Joe. And it's it was the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in wrestling ever. Like actual blood and like faces being smashed in and like Samoa. I mean, the other guy, Necro Butcher, had like probably no nerves in his head because it was like a bloody pulp every time he wrestled. It was crazy. Like what he did.
Oh, really?
I never. Okay. I don't know any of these people, but like it was crazy. It was like bloody and
pretty I would like to watch those. Eventually I will. I've watched a bunch of them, but I haven't seen, full seasons. I've watched specific episodes and stuff. So
yeah,
but I like it. I think it's a good show.
I think Mr. Wonderful is next, so I'm looking forward to that one.
Oh, okay.
At least that's in my wheelhouse.
I feel like now 5 seasons, or is it 4 or 5 seasons in, they're running out of stuff.
Yeah,
I guess you're probably gonna dig deep for stories now.
Yeah, it'll be Fabulous Moolah and Mae Young next, probably.
Yeah. Do you remember Jeff Jarrett, the guy that was Jeff Jarrett, the guy that was in these last 3? Do you remember the stuff he did? He was on Stern with Beetlejuice.
He was off my radar. So
yeah, I don't know if he smashed a guitar over Beetlejuice or something.
Oh my God,
something like that. I don't remember exactly, but when we
Is
went
that what happened to him?
Yeah. Well, when we went to one of the when we went to one of the AEW events with Johnny, Jeff Jarrett was one of the Elite Experience meet and greet guys. So he came out, and I forgot about that, but he talked about it very briefly about being on Howard Stern with Beetlejuice and stuff.
Beetlejuice, yeah.
I was like,
well, speaking of wrestling, cool. You played the little video of Ted DiBiase at the beginning of the show.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good get.
The news is out. The news is out. We've been teasing it for a month now, and finally, I was not planning on getting a wrestler this year, but they contacted me, and the deal was pretty sweet to bring him in.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, let's do it, and it was in the budget, and so here we are. Yeah, and
I had a chance to meet him once.
You missed it, right?
I had a chance to. Yeah, I missed it. I missed my chance to meet him, but so it's cool that he's coming.
Yeah,
I actually have you
didn't meet him.
You didn't know I was going to do this, but I actually have a little drawing, much like the Doug Marqueta drawing that I did when he came on to honor his presence. I did one real quick over the weekend for tonight.
Before I bring it up, I did get a chance to watch. There was a Ted DiBiase documentary on Amazon Prime. It looks like it's a documentary that was done, but was crowdfunded, because I saw at the end of it, it had like Kickstarter donor names and everything. And it was okay. It was mostly about Ted DiBiase like reconciling with his family, because I guess when he was on the road, he was like, cheating like crazy and all this
really?
stuff.
Jesus. Is that why he found God and now he's a ordained minister?
Yeah.
And
well, his wife is
probably
like super Christian,
okay.
And his son is a wrestler too. His son is a wrestler now in the
Ted
WWE,
DiBiase Jr.
Yep.
Ted
and
DiBiase
then I didn't know
Jr.
this. His father was a wrestler, and his father died in the ring of a heart attack.
Oh my God.
Which is crazy. Yeah, it was nuts. This is all in that documentary.
Well, I know he's been around for a long time, even before he got the $1 Million Man gimmick. Like, he had been wrestling for like decades.
Yeah,
he's been around for a long time.
About that a little bit, and then he was saying that like Vince McMahon had this like identity figured out, like the $1 Million Man, and Ted kind of just jumped on it and took it, and that was it. The rest was history,
One of the greatest things that I think I brought up to you that you forgot was the little kid with the basketball,
That was in there. That was in the documentary. That, and when he went to the public pool and paid the attendant to get rid of all the kids in the pool.
Oh, there was yeah, I saw that too. But there was so many.
He
made a woman bark like a
bark. Yep, that was in there.
The bark. What else? Like push-up challenge, I think it was, and like other.
Yep.
Kissing his boot or whatever.
Yep.
But to commemorate the little kid at the basketball, which was rehearsed, like he wanted to have a kid bounce a ball 15 times, and after if he could do it, he was going to give him like $500, and so the kid was in on it. They rehearsed it beforehand. He got permission from the mother and everything, and then like while they're on air, he has to become this evil Ted DiBiase. So he was like, all right, kid, like, dribble the ball. And then he like on the 15th dribble, he kicked the ball out of the kid's hands, so he didn't get to do it, Yeah. And then he's like, okay, kid, well, you're going to learn a very hard lesson in life. When you don't get the job done, you don't get paid, Yeah. And the kid forgot he was acting, and he like ran off and like, he's like, I got to get the hell out of here. The crowd was going to like kill him, So he and Virgil like took off in a car, and like I know this because he was asked about this on a podcast, like a recent podcast.
Yeah, I saw that. And I showed it to Amy. She thought it was great too.
He ended up meeting up with that kid.
Ran into the kid years later.
Yeah, and he ended up getting a basketball scholarship. He's like a giant 7-foot tall basketball player.
Oh yeah, do you remember this? To commemorate too, when he bought the belt from Andre the Giant. Do you remember that?
Oh right. I do remember that.
It was great, man. Good stuff.
Everybody's got a price.
Stuff is so good. But what was I going to say?
To commemorate the little kid, I can show you my drawing.
Yes. Okay. So this is the commemorate that specific moment.
That okay. Right. Exactly. Hopefully he won't get. All right. So I have. Hold on.
That's great. So are you going to ink this?
Well, I did actually. Here it is.
Okay. Oh, geez. Let me see. Wrestling $1 million and basketball legend. Are you going to give that to him at the show?
I mean, I'll show it to him because I really want to ask him a question. I want to ask him like how he, because he said in the podcast he ran into the kid years later as an adult, and then they exchanged information. The kid gave him his number and whatever, and then it's like then I lost his number. So if anybody out there can connect me to this kid, maybe the WWE can get a hold of this kid, find out who it is, and let me know. I want to talk to him. Like, how do you not like? The kid worked at a rental car, place, and he gave DiBiase a car. Like, go back to where the kid works. Like, I don't get that part of the story. So maybe I can ask him.
Yeah, Creators Outlet said you need to get that signed. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you'd even want to print it out, but yeah, you definitely got to show it to him. That's pretty great.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can make some prints. Maybe somebody
yeah
would like one.
And I should let the audience know that at some point tonight we may hear from Johnny C. Like I said, he's making his trek home from San Diego Comic-Con, and he said if he's anywhere able to like dial into the show or whatever, he'll jump in. And
we need a Johnny tracker, like tracking Santa Claus, like somewhere.
Like which con is Johnny at this week? Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
He's over Michigan right now.
Yeah, right.
right.
That'd be amazing. But yeah, so we might see Johnny tonight. But
right.
Our first guest tonight, or actually our only guest tonight. We were supposed to have two. Do you remember Dave Gordon from when he was on last, and then you saw him at Free Comic Book Day?
Right.
He was supposed to be on tonight, but he ended up moving.
Oh, really?
He ended up moving his guest appearance to later this year because he was trying to coordinate it with his second book, but it's not finished yet. Mm-hmm. So he's going to try to come back on once it's closer to finish. So.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I like that guy. I like his sitcom comic book. Yeah,
so awesome
book.
great guy to talk
He gave me a
to,
sign.
too.
Yeah, right.
But the
For
guy
a few
that
minutes
the guest
at
that we
the,
have
Free
on
Comic Book Day.
tonight is somebody I've
Pretty cool
known
guy.
in the comic scene probably for at least 10 years now at this point, maybe even longer than that. But I met him years ago at God, I think it was Terrificon, but it was Terrificon before it became what it is now. I think it was one of the year. It wasn't the hotel year. It was that he did a year in one of the stadiums, and I think that's where I met Jack for the first time. If my memory serves, my memory's terrible now, but like if my memory serves, that's when I met him. And look at this. He met Jack at Rubber Chicken. That's awesome. Yeah, Rubber Chicken's a great store. I love that place.
Okay.
He needs to drink some Presto Espresso. Hell yeah, he does.
I was thinking of Robot Chicken.
Oh no, Rubber Chicken. It's down in Bell. What the hell is that? It's down near. It's past 495. It's almost to the Cape. Bellington, or I forget what the name of the town is, but it's it's a great store. It has Bellingham. That's it. Yeah, Bellingham. I knew it had a bell in it. But they have a lot of great they had a lot of great indie comics there. So, but the thing about Jack, he's worked, for DC, Marvel, a few other places, and I actually don't know a lot about his early history with comics. So I'm kind of excited to learn about that tonight. And I see him every now and then at conventions, and he also is doing something with wrestling too, I believe, a podcast. And so he's definitely a cool, interesting guy. So what were you going to say, Harry, before we bring him in? Did we lose you?
Playing theme night tonight with tying comics and wrestling together per usual.
Yeah, I mean, how often does that happen here? It happens so much. It's not even funny. But all right, without further ado, let's bring in our guest for tonight, Mr. Jack Purcell. Jack.
Hey guys.
Hey man.
How are you?
Good, man.
How are you?
Good to see you guys. Wow, I feel like I'm on Star Trek. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what happens when you come on the show. Was I right in that? Like, is that where we first met? Was that Terrificon year?
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think we met the year before it became Terrificon, and it was in it was like Southern Connecticut.
I know it was in Connecticut. Yeah, I couldn't.
It wasn't an arena. No, I think you're right, because I remember having a guy next to me who's printing like 3D action figures. Like he had a 3D printer, and it would be breaking like every second or third figure. It was really interesting. Like in Norwich, like in the Norwich area.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. That's where it was. Yeah, and it was the only year I think Mitch did the show there, right? Yeah, and it was kind of a decent venue, but I maybe it was too much for him, or
it was it was fun. It was good for me. I mean, I remember seeing you there, and I mean, I've just seen you at so many shows, and of course Plastic City. So it's hard to keep track of them all, man. Like time's an abstract for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Got a lot of people jumping in here saying Rockin' Wrestling with Jack, and Glenn Portman says, "Hey Jack, hey guys, thanks for joining us." Yeah, so I was saying earlier to Harry, even though I've met you a bunch of years, we've talked, we've had you at our show at Plastic City, which we'll probably have to get you back at some point,
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I don't know a lot about your early history, Jack. Like, I don't think we've ever had a discussion about it. Like, did you what was your gateway into comics? Was it like what did you read, or like when you were a kid, or like what was the thing that made you want to be a comic artist?
My father introduced me to comics when I was really little, and like one of my earliest memories is sitting in one of those gigantic, especially being like whatever 2 or 3 years old, it was gigantic, those big coloring books, and I was like, I remember like lying on the coloring book, and it was Batman. I'm like, this guy's the coolest, like Batman's it. And it never changed. Like Batman was always my number one favorite. I've certainly got exposed to tons and tons of comics, but that was really it. My father used to collect comics when he was a kid. And unfortunately, like many of the guys in that time period who went off to war, his mom took the opportunity to clean his room and threw all his comics out.
Classic.
And he,
Yeah.
yeah, it's classic. I know. So it's funny because he was really cool. My parents were supportive about my obsession and love for comics. And I remember going to comic stores, and whenever we'd see like Detective Comics or Superman or something like that, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I had like number 1, I had number 5, I had this, I had that," and he had really fond memories of it. So I think I inherited some of his love for it.
Okay.
So I kind of started with DC, and ironically, the first Brave and the Bold that I ever remember reading that he had gotten me, like when I was really really little, I loved, and of course it had Batman in it. And the very first 2 characters I worked on for DC were Green Arrow. Well, Green Arrow was the first book I had a run on. And then Batman, I worked on Detective Comics. So
wow.
That was really cool. And that was really, there were 2 reasons I got into comics. One was to work on Batman, and the other was to work with Stan Lee. And I got to do both those things. So for me,
awesome.
like checked off the 2 boxes.
Yeah, I gotta hear about both these. So how did you make the jump from being like a fan to actually working? Like, was DC the first company you worked for, or?
No, oh God, I got to tell you, like, I mean,
did you go through all the small press?
Yeah, it's funny because if my girlfriend were here, she would be rolling her eyes at this and in a fun way. But every conversation about me somehow will come back to pro wrestling. I feel like there's just so many connections between the worlds of comics and pro wrestling. Yeah,
there
right.
Is,
Thank you, Harry. You're a king among men.
Yeah.
And in comics, it's the same as wrestling. Like, you kind of start in the indies most of the time. You try to bust your ass and get noticed by the big 2. Now it's AEW and WWE in wrestling, and in comics, it's the big 3 with Image, Marvel, and DC. And so I did a ton of indie comics, and I think I have kind of I don't take no for an answer, so I don't have any problem saying this. I have a stack of rejection letters from Marvel, DC, Todd McFarlane. I mean, it goes on and on. And I never took it like I wasn't good enough. I took it like I just wasn't ready yet. So I would just keep working in the indies, and I would send those comics to editors, mostly at DC, because that was really where I was focused, is trying to work on Batman. And just send like endless samples, and I'd go to conventions, and of course, like you, I've probably got a million different stories about the journey. But yeah, eventually what ended up happening after doing a ton of work in the indies was one day I got a response from DC Comics. It was an editor named L.A. Williams, and he edited some of the Flash books like Impulse and stuff like that. And his mom lived like 20 minutes away from me. So when he saw the return address, or maybe on my letterhead or whatever, he's like, "Hey, my mom's like 20 minutes from you." And we just started talking about, the area. Like I grew up in Northampton, Massachusetts, where the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were created.
Yeah.
And so we just kind of hit it off. He invited me to come down. We had lunch, had a good conversation, and he told me, he liked my work, but the truth was he was an assistant editor, and he was only the main editor on one book. And he probably had like 40 guys ahead of me in line. So he's like, "It's unlikely I'm going to get you anything for a long time, but keep in touch, keep sending me stuff." And then as I was getting ready to leave, a guy walks in and said something. I just introduced myself, and I made some kind of a joke. I don't remember what I said, but he laughed, and he introduced himself, and it was Bob Schreck. And
really?
Yeah, Bob Schreck, like this legendary editor.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey man, why don't you come up and show me your work?" And I did. And then Bob was like super generous, like really, really constructive, honest criticism, and would tell me what he thought was working and what wasn't working. And I was really focused on inking. And so yeah, he would tell me that he really liked what I was doing. And he showed me so much cool original art, like stuff that blew my mind, and was really giving me like very clear examples of how this guy did it and how I might be able to emulate that or tweak the way I was doing things. And eventually I came in, I remember it was around Christmas time, and he handed me a page of 22 pages, a full book of Green Arrow. And he's like, "Here you go." And it just went from there. So I started on Green Arrow. I did 3 issues of that, and did Batgirl, Detective Comics, and I mean, I was so annoying with all the editors. Like,
What year
luckily,
was this, Jack? What year was this that first assignment came?
I think it was 2003.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. And but I would always tell all the editors, like, I really want to work on Batman. I'll do anything, like even if it's like an advertisement, whatever. I would just love to do that. That's my big
Yeah.
goal. But I'd be grateful for any work because this is my passion. But Batman's it. And luckily, Bob Schreck became the Batman editor, and so I was kept pretty busy with him. And then I met Mike Martz, and Mike eventually would become the Batman editor. So he fortunately liked my work, and we got along really well. He was also a great collaborator, 2 of the best collaborators I ever had in comics.
Oh,
And
wow.
I just did tons of stuff with him. I worked on a mini series called Gotham Underground, and it was
I
so
remember
much
that.
fun.
Yeah.
It was, it blows my mind that they've never done a second printing of it. They did 1 run, and nobody has any because they sold out quickly, and that's
Yeah,
it.
they never made a
reprinted it.
trade or anything, or
Well, they did. Yeah, they had a trade,
Okay.
and the trade only had 1 printing, so
Oh,
all the
shit.
stores had it, and they all sold out. And I remember trying to order some because people would ask me for it when I would do appearances, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're out. We don't know if there's going to be a second printing." And to this day, they haven't done it.
Jesus.
It's very weird because it was in the 70s. There was this cool comic called Batman Family. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it,
Yeah,
but
I kind of.
yeah, like each month it was like a different focus. Like it was almost like an anthology style. And so 1 month there might be a story featuring Robin and Batgirl, and then another story with Man Bat. And I love that because they
Yeah.
would focus on the villains often. And Gotham Underground reminded me of Batman Family. So
Okay.
that was awesome. Gotham Underground, all
What
9
do
of
you
the
think?
covers.
What is it about? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
What
go
do you think
ahead.
about what is it about Batman that you think is like that makes him your guy or your thing? And what is your favorite iteration of Batman?
Oh, those are good questions. I guess Batman to me was just so inventive and prepared for anything, And I was never a Boy Scout, but I just kind of like appreciated that about him. It wasn't like, to me, what made Superman boring was that he is too powerful. He's like godlike, and it's
Right.
like, aside from a green rock, what are you going to do to this guy? And it was never interesting to me.
Mhm.
I mean, rarely, of course, there's of course those stories that were fun and
Certain creators, yeah, can bring out a good story in Superman.
yeah, no, totally.
Mhm.
Because he has tons of potential. It's just usually, in my opinion, a lot of lazy writing and just not a
Yeah.
very interesting bunch of villains. Although there's awesome ones, but not enough. But Batman, to me, like, I loved the whole cast. I liked Alfred. I liked Robin and Batgirl, and all the villains to me were so interesting, and the variety really
Yeah, the Rogues
struck a chord.
Gallery. People still argue to this day whether Batman or Spider-Man have the best Rogues Gallery. And I
Yeah,
think
they're both great.
Batman, they both are, but I do think Batman has a little bit of an edge over Spider-Man because his villains are, crazy good. Like, I don't know.
I don't know
Especially if you
about
watch
King
like,
Shark.
something
Is
like
that
the Batman animated series, like those guys did such a tremendous job with not only the Bat family but also the villains. It was just really well done.
Yeah. I mean, Harry, you asked my favorite iteration of it. It's a super hard question, but to me,
Yeah.
Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's Batman are some of the all-time best. I don't think you're going to get any better than Court of Owls.
Yeah.
But there's so many good ones here and there. Those really stand out. Batman Year One is another one of my favorites. Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli. I mean, there's so many, but I loved Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's run on it. I thought
that
it was
run
genius.
is amazing. The new 52 run, yeah, that is really good. I like.
What did you think of?
Like Absolute Batman, but it's not as good as that. It's not as good as the new 52 stuff.
Oh, I love Absolute Batman too.
Do you like it better? Do you like it better than New 52, Ron?
It's a tough one to say, but it's great. I mean, I don't know. Like, you got to check your pulse if you don't like Absolute Batman. That book is really smart, and it's relentlessly smart, and it's not like they kind of gave away everything in the first 6 issues.
No,
They're on
no.
they're on like 24 or something like that right now. Man, I love it. That's one of my favorite books that I look forward to.
I will agree with you there, and I do like it. I've been getting it monthly since it came out. I think I'd like the 52 one just a tiny bit better because I think it's
they're both
probably
great.
because
I
it's
think
the real Batman. Like you're when you talk about real Batman, but like the one we know, you know what I mean? Like I guess, but
no, I hear you.
I do like a lot of cool things about the Absolute. I love his iteration of the Joker in this one in Absolute. It's brilliant. Like I love that's just an inverse of him. You know what I mean? Like I love that. I think that's such a great idea.
Yeah, it's a true reimagining. It's not a lazy reimagining like we've seen a million times. All new, all better. You know, it's all BS.
Yeah,
it's
right.
just another boring like 6 issues written for a trade. This is not that. Like this is really thoughtful, really thoughtful. I love the artwork. I really like Nick Dracata's stuff on East to West, and so I was surprised. I kind of, honestly, and nothing against him. I think he's awesome, but kind of forgot about him. And then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, Absolute Batman.
Yeah. Like where did he come from? Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. He's great.
Yeah. This him being on that book, I think blew up his profile. Like I feel like he's going to be, he's going to be working for a while. And
that changed his life. I'm sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, that book is still an anomaly to me. I don't understand like how it's on 11 printings for number 1. That's like unheard of in this day and age. It's good. And it's, definitely, I think it deserves that. I just wonder what they did to light a fire with people, like I wonder how it tapped into the, into the non-comic readers. Like those are the ones that I see coming to the store buying it. People that just buy that book, it's interesting.
You know what I think some of it is, and like, I'm not anti anybody and I don't have brand loyalty, but to me, like, I don't buy a lot of Marvel stuff because it makes me feel like a chump, where it's like you're just insulting my intelligence with all your dumb ploys and like killing the characters. And, it's a constant number 1 over and over again. And like, I'm as nerdy as they come and I'm confused about which books are in what order. And I think it's insulting. And I think a lot of fans who are, maybe a little more experienced or smarter are tired of it. And when they see something authentic like Absolute Batman, Absolute Green Arrow, if you haven't read it, I mean, man, there is a rejuvenation of a character. And then all of a sudden we go from 6 to 12 issues and it is a gem. It is so good.
I'm gonna check that one out. That's one I missed. I missed that one and awesome. The Catwoman one.
Yeah, I don't know about Catwoman. I didn't read it, but I love Absolute Wonder Woman. Okay. And again, like people can smell authenticity. And when they see Wonder Woman, who is drawn like an Amazon, not a swimsuit model, they're like, oh, cool. Yeah, she's drawn like an Amazon. Like it feels like somebody cares instead of, okay, here's our generic female figure. We got the big boobs and her butt cheeks are hanging out. Like there's a place for that, but Wonder Woman's not it, So
right. I love that. I feel you on the Marvel stuff too. I feel like we are like they're trolling us at this point, and it's kind of wild.
Embarrassing,
right, yeah. And I was saying to Johnny one day, it's like now Marvel's at the point where their volume numbers are gonna exceed their issue numbers. You know what I mean? Like we're on volume 10 of Moon Knight, but it's issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I do.
It's nuts how they operate. But yeah, no. Back to you though. What was I going to say? So So how long were you at DC for? Like
12 years.
12 years. Wow, 12 years. That's a good run for the big two.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I've worked for Marvel and Disney and Image and pretty much everybody at some point. But like I don't have a lot of great things to say about Disney. But Marvel was fun. I got to work on Guardians of the Galaxy, which was really great. But I think, for me, and it's not like I'm not somebody who is trying to think about like building my resume, but I do think like with Marvel and Disney, like they're kind of resume pieces for me more than anything. Like I love Marvel characters ever since I was a kid. The Avengers was always my team. And then I, saw John Byrne's X-Men and changed my whole perspective on what I was buying. But like, Disney, it's like, I don't have any desire to work for them again, but I'm really glad I did. And I got work because I had worked for them. So it was good. I mean, career wise, it was a good thing to do. But DC, I always felt like were just really honest, good people. Like I had really good experiences with them. I really enjoyed working with the editors because sometimes you'll hear like artists.
You're more team DC work wise and fan wise than you are Marvel.
I mean, I grew up loving Marvel. Like Avengers was it for me. But I think once I became a professional, it changed my view on things a little bit. Like, because, you know, again, not to talk too much trash, but like your contract with Marvel is not the same as what DC gives you. And I'm not saying anybody's buying a BMW either way, but
yeah,
in general, like if you're kind of like, you know, having a pretty good run and doing some cool projects, like DC to me was always the choice. Like when I had options of which one I was going to take, like I would always take the DC work because I felt like they were more honest. Even like silly things about royalties. Like, I don't know how much you want to get into that, but I just felt like, man, like Marvel, this should be illegal what you're doing right now. Like, and I signed the contract, so I'm not going to complain about it. Whatever. I knew what I was getting into, but it sucks. And I just felt like DC was just always really good to me and honest. So yeah, I it's not like I don't like Marvel Comics. I just feel like there got to be a point where you're insulting my intelligence. And I love the artwork. I love a lot of the creators. It's not, you know, again, it's not like Coke and Pepsi, but I just feel like DC's less gimmicky. And yes, I know like all the variant covers, like, yeah, they're all gimmicky, but
it's a blight on the industry.
My God. I mean, Absolute Batman's going to destroy variant covers as much as I love that book. Like the foolishness with like 25 covers is just stupid. But it's working, you know, and like, so they're not interested in comics. They're interested in commerce when it comes to stuff like that. And whatever, it's a business. They got to make money.
Well, and I think, isn't it another problem? I mean, this is more Marvel now, but they don't pay creators. That's why very little. And that's why you can't get like, you know, the names anymore. Like you'll never see James Tynion over there. You'll never see Snyder over there, you know, unless there's, well, now that they're changing editor-in-chief, maybe that'll change, but I don't know.
Yeah, Steve Wacker is a pretty savvy guy. Like I think he's very likable. People like him.
He's been around forever too.
He has, yeah. And I knew him back in my day at Marvel. So yeah, he's been around a long time. But I think he kind of went to the film side or media side of things after a while because he wasn't in comics as an editor. So I don't know. Again, like Marvel, like I love a lot of the characters. Can't wait to see the Spider-Man movie. My kids love Spider-Man. Like, so I'm not sour on it, but I just think as a professional, it really changed my view. And they also changed the way they did things. You know, both of the big two are paying lower page rates, as from what I'm hearing from my friends who are currently working for them. But I mean, guys like Scott Snyder, if Marvel wants him, like he can negotiate and say, well, no, I need this rate or I don't write for you. And they'll say, okay, here's some money. Now we'll, you know, come do a 5-year.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but doesn't DC have better back end deals? Like if the book does well, like you
way better.
So you get like a page rate, but then like, you know, if your book performs, you actually can make more money, which is, I guess it's like one of those incentive things, right? You know, like.
Yeah, no, it's for real. You know, I think people don't give them enough credit. DC, like I'll make royalties for a long time for DC, and it's not like a lot of money or anything. You know, I was just an inker. You know, I wasn't penciling most of the time. I was doing finishing sometimes. So it depends how much of your work is in a volume. Like I've got 2 issues of my Birds of Prey work in a new Birds of Prey omnibus that comes out on the same day as Site Number 1 on August 5th. And I've got 2 issues in there, but it's like, you know how they are. It's $100 volume, and there's I don't know, I'm just 40 pages out of whatever, 200. Yeah, right. So, you know, you get a percentage of that. But I'm grateful for it all. Like I don't complain about it because Marvel's paying me nothing. Like unless you sold the books in the States, you don't get royalties on anything, which is a really weird.
Oh wow!
And probably illegal on some level, but it's in a contract, so it's ridiculous. I worked on Guardians of the Galaxy, and it was one of the issues that was like the lineup the films were based on. Yeah, and I won't even get into it all because it's too ridiculous. But to get
You know
paid
that's all
the
over
royalties
place.
they owed me was absurd. And
Oh, I
I've never had to chase DC. I just feel like they're honest, and as honest as it gets in comics. And so I really like those guys. I respect them, and I'm really, really grateful that I got to do what I did.
That's awesome. When
So how did oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead, Harry. No, go ahead, Harry.
No,
I'll ask him after.
I'm just wondering how the teaching part of it came in, because you're also an art teacher too, and how does that when that fall come into play?
Yeah, it's funny because my father was also a teacher, a teacher who loved
Oh, no
comics.
kidding.
An art teacher too, or
No, no, that's funny. I should have specified. No, he taught like English and history mostly. He was a very
cool.
cerebral guy. And I loved art. He appreciated it, but he wasn't like an art maker. And I just always saw it as a noble way to make a living. And as I got to be like a young person, maybe in my 20s, I just find myself kind of like bitching about how stupid people were. And, not everybody, but it was just annoying to me. I'm like, how can you guys think like this? And then I thought, well, like teaching might be a good thing to do, because then I'm contributing something instead of complaining about it. And because complaining just feels like such a waste of energy. So even though, we all do it, but and
like, every creator that has worked at Marvel and DC, they have a certain run. Basically, there's a certain times, you know what I mean? There's a certain time you're there, and then like once things start changing, like editors and stuff, your name kind of gets forgotten, and then all the newer talent starts coming in. So it's good to think about other things to be involved in, like especially like that. I think that's a noble career as well. Like I was talking to a guy today at the shop about, because he's a teacher, loves comics, and we talk, hey man, how's the year going, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a tough question these days.
Yeah, right.
But I find, like, to me, it didn't take me long after doing the research to figure out, like, just what you said. Again, like in wrestling, there's a short shelf life for most creators. And I've been lucky. I've had a pretty long career. I'm still going, which is
12 years is solid, man. That is great.
Yeah. And I mean, then I had done the indies before that, and I've been doing independent work after that.
Yeah, so it's even longer than 12 years. Like,
oh yeah, no, it's decades. I didn't want to say the number out loud, but teaching to me made sense too, because I just thought, like, well, I got summers where I could do my thing, and that would be therapeutic. So that made sense for me. And I was teaching comic book creation classes when I was in my 20s, and it just thanks, Ken. Ken's the man.
Thanks, Ken.
Yeah, and I just felt like I was good at it, like, I mean, there's a lot of things I know I'm not good at. Like, my girlfriend would not want me putting furniture together because she knows I'll put something on backwards. Like, I will, like 3 dimensions. I don't know. Like, I got to watch my language, but I'll mess it up. And but I could draw it, I could draw it for you, but I can't. I don't know, something weird about my brain. Call it ADHD. There's something there, but I just can't focus on that. I don't know. There's something. I'm gonna mess it up if I do it.
Yeah, that's the way I am too. If I'm not into something, I can't do it. Gun to my head, I couldn't do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like at work, like one of the big things is we have, I work part-time at a comic store, but the big thing is Pokemon cards.
Oh,
and I could not give 2 shits about those things. And like someone would come in and they'll start talking to me about it. And I'm like, all I hear is like noise. Like, it's just not even a thing. And then like, they were like, oh, we're going to show you how to take them in and like how to grade them. I like, you can't, because I cannot retain it. It won't even,
you don't have a favorite Pokemon, Keith?
Is
it Charizard? The Charizard?
I don't have one. But like, I can't, because I'm not into it. I can't like maintain,
I hear that.
I only know about it. My little nephew is way into it. So he just made me paint it. He has like a binder filled with like every Pokemon there is, like every card. I think he has every one. I'm not sure. And the binder was a matte black binder. He's like, Harry, draw me like a Pokemon on it. So I painted a thing on it, and I sprayed it down. So hopefully it doesn't crack, but I forget what the character was. I have no idea what anybody
yeah, right.
What
That's
they do.
Thing.
What they do. I mean, it's like all like ridiculous.
I hear you.
Yeah. I have
I
a
hear all
question
that.
for you, Jack, for your for when you with DC Marvel. Who do you think was the best artist you ever did inks over?
Oh wow! Oh, that's such a hard question to answer.
Yeah, you must
There's
have done some on some great guys, I would imagine, and gals maybe.
Oh yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, geez, I mean, that's such a hard question. Here's an annoying thing about me to add to the list, but I have a hard time answering questions about favorites. It's really hard for me.
Okay, well, give me like a handful that you.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I did a really, really fun story. Do you know who Gentleman Ghost is? Do you know that
Yeah,
character?
I love
DC?
that character.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, did this awesome story with Yvel Goucher. I hope I said his name correctly. I
Okay.
think he is amazing,
Was
like
that for the
super
Starman
underrated.
series or no? Was it
You know
something
what?
else?
No, it was weird. God, I don't want to get too deep in the weeds on this one, but it was a Batman comic where there was a backup story. It was like an 8-page backup every month, and I think what we did was supposed to be 2 or 3 issues worth of backup stories. It was Gentleman
Okay.
Ghost. It was awesome. He's so good. Like he's so fluid, and like his aesthetic of like where shadows go matched mine so well, and it was so easy to ink him, and he was cool with me making whatever embellishments and changes that needed
Oh,
to be
cool.
done. There's other guys. I actually had one guy be like say to me, "So yeah, I basically just want you to trace it." I'm like, "Well, you might want that, but that isn't what's happening." You
Yeah,
know,
right.
and I mean, I'm always respectful. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't respect the
Right.
penciler's work. But Yvel Goucher was really unbelievable.
Okay.
I got to work with oh man, sorry, there's so many. It's hard for me to narrow it down. Mark Bagley was a really cool
Oh,
artist
that's a cool
who,
one.
in my mind, I just always thought like, well, what would it look like if I inked Mark Bagley? And then Mike Martz called me one day and he's like, "Hey, could you do 10 pages in a week?" And I was like, you know, I paused for a second. He's like, "It's Mark Bagley." Like, send him on, buddy.
Yeah, send
I
them
can,
over. Yeah.
I was happy with it. You know, I wish I had had more time. It was a real crunch. But yeah, Mark Bagley was really fun. Um,
That's why
I
you
mean,
worked so long in the industry. Like when they call you up, you were there. You grabbed the pages and did it. You
yeah,
know? Like
yeah. You just have to
that's
be. I think you have to be good, and you have to be reliable. Because if
yeah.
you're just
Yep.
like, there's lots of people are one or the other. It's you know, there's lots of talented people,
Right.
but yeah, you got to be reliable. And I think that I was able to do that.
Was
And
there ever
working
an
with
artist that you were kind of like a little nervous inking over? Like no, or
no,
did you?
never.
Okay.
No, I think I got it out of my system in the indies because
Okay.
a real quick version of the story. What killed my fear was I was I was inking a double page spread cover. It was a wraparound cover, and you know, foolishly at at that stage in my career, I was inking. I was gonna stay up late and get it done. I knocked the ink over and I spilled
Ah,
it, and I ended
ah,
up
no.
destroying the cover. And I had
Oh,
to luckily photograph the pencils onto some Bristol board. I redid the entire thing and had a literal all-nighter and to redo the whole thing. But it was a great lesson, and I felt like after that, it killed a lot of my nerves. Like I didn't get nervous about
yeah. Like
doing it
that was like oh shit, and then like
because it
you
was my
solved
fear.
it. Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
can't believe I
Right.
just did this. This is like the
Yeah.
ultimate nightmare. But I did it, and then I figured it out. So I felt like, well, if I can figure that out, then I could
Yeah.
probably
Nothing's like
handle whatever's coming at me.
yeah. You've been through the
Anybody
worst.
notice that?
Oh
Anybody
yeah, it didn't
notice
go.
that? Uh,
Yeah. The penciler wasn't happy. He didn't get those originals.
uh,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, yeah.
that wasn't good. I didn't make any
Oops.
friends on that project. But it was a
Yeah.
genuine
At
accident.
least you
And
saved it though. Like you say, like that could have been a lot. That could have been a bigger nightmare. If you didn't do what you did. Yeah.
huge. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I'm sorry I'm not giving you like an awesome answer for that.
No, I mean I love hearing like I like hearing I don't not that I want to hear your horror stories, but I like that you persevered through it. You know what I mean? Like I think that's what separates certain creators from others, like the ones that work under pressure. Especially when you talked earlier about the rejection letter stuff. Like I feel like there's people that can take that and like turn it into well, hey, they're just wrong, and then there's other people that just break, like, you know what I mean? Like, you get one letter and you're just done. Like, all right, move to another career, so it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like those moments is what makes you, you know what I mean?
You got to you got to be able to persevere. I mean, I tell young artists that all the time. I find a lot of them have really struggled with that. And like, I just tell them, like, look, here's the thing. A lot of editors, at least when I was working, would intentionally turn somebody down the first 3 times to see if they kept coming back for more. And if you didn't, then they knew that you weren't going to be the right guy, because at some point something crazy was going to happen with deadlines. They need you to push through and do it. And so I think that a lot of editors intentionally will say to somebody, oh, you're not ready yet, keep sending stuff, to see if they'll keep doing it. And the guys who are stupidly stubborn will continue doing it as long as it takes and try to get better every time, but I would always remember that there's always somebody who's better than me. And I think the only reason that I got to do what I did was just that I always worked hard, and I knew that I never took it for granted. I always knew there's somebody better than me who's just easily going to be able to take my spot. I'm just a cog in the wheel. So I need to bust my ass and, really make these
and
lines.
Like I said, you took those assignments, you got them done, and, things like that. That's what editors remember more than anything. You saved their ass, you know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
What was, what was Stan Lee like working for him?
Oh yeah. I want to hear that whole thing. Yeah, you mentioned that, and I didn't even.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny story because I just felt like it was almost arrogant to even like tell people that that's what I wanted to do. It's like, who am I? But I had an agent at the time, and I told him, I was like, look, I know everybody says this, but I'd really like to work with Stan Lee, and I had other things I wanted to do. And my birthday is on April Fool's Day. And he called me, I think it was like, maybe it was even on my birthday. And he's like, hey, you want to work with Stan Lee? I was like, all right, man, like whatever else you got to say, get it over with. And like, let's move on. Because I was working, I got stuff to do. And he's like, no, for real. Like, you are on a short list of artists that Stan Lee wants to work with.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh my God, really? Yeah. And I don't, to this day, don't really know exactly how that came about. But yeah, they wanted, Stan Lee had a project called the Guardian Project. He was kind of collaborating with the NHL, and they had 30 teams. So he was going to create a character for each of the 30 teams. And then they needed 30 villains, to fight the heroes. So I ended up getting to create a villain. And it was very much like Marvel style script. It was like a page. Okay. It's kind of like, well, here's the beginning, here's the middle, here's the end, figure it out. And, they put the script in afterwards. So, it was a trip. It was really weird. And that might have been.
I've never even heard of this project. Did it like?
Well, Keith, there's a great reason why you never.
Okay. I think I read about that actually.
Okay.
This is mind-numbing.
I've heard some things.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we ended up having this big event at New York Comic-Con, and they had like the biggest hall was sold out. Stan Lee was there. It was a bunch of us, like Mark McKenna, Mike Lilly, a bunch of other guys. And Stan Lee, the NHL, I think the president of the NHL was there. And there was crazy excitement around it. And then I talked to the guy who was the publisher, and I was like, so when's this getting solicited? And he looked at me like I was speaking Klingonese, and he's like, oh, well, we're just going to sell these at NHL games. I'm like, what? Like, I was waiting for the punchline. Dude, like, are you joking? Like, this was a nicely printed. Not at all. Not at all.
Was it a full book? Like, was it a full, like?
Yeah, it was like a big oversized trade. I wonder, I might even have it within arm's reach.
Are you serious? It was like trade size?
Yeah.
Were you a hockey fan before this happened, or do you know anything about hockey? Or
yeah, I like hockey, but I wasn't like, I just like a good game. I'm not real territorial. I'm not a typical New England sports fan. But it was a nice, oversized, beautifully printed, and there were 30 separate 5-page stories. Neil Adams did like an intro cover for all of them. I know. I'm like working with Neil Adams and Stan Lee. It was crazy. So it was only sold at NHL games. the only reason I have a copy is because Stan was cool enough to sign a copy for all the artists.
Shit,
So
I'll
he
have to
sent
look
me
this
one.
up. I bet there's pictures of it online.
Yeah, look it
somewhere.
up on eBay. The last time I looked, it was
Mhm.
selling for between $300 and $500 because it's
No
truly limited. Because these guys had no idea about the industry. They just wanted to do something cool with Stan Lee, and they didn't know what to do in terms of selling it. I tried talking to him. I was like, "Look, man, like I
Oh my
understand what you're
God.
saying, but it's not going to work. Like you aren't going to sell these."
You
And
know
he's
what's
like,
crazy? Like whoever owns the rights for that could come out with that right now, like the Lost Stan Lee project. You know, like that would be huge.
yeah, yeah, it's
Dude,
pretty silly, you know. Like it's fun though.
I never even heard of this. Like this is like wow.
Yeah,
it blows
Yeah.
my mind.
I read somewhere it wasn't very well received for some reason. I'm not sure. I mean, is it because of the hockey thing? You know, the hockey.
Yeah, well, I mean,
only sold at hockey.
you're selling comics to people that aren't really comic
may
readers,
or not
right?
be.
Like, I mean, is that
right?
and people that probably bought it would just be like, okay, I'm going to buy it because it might be worth something, and they're not reading it, right? Like, I mean,
No,
imagine
no.
like the audience is not comic fans like that. You know, that's weird. It's a weird
Yeah.
project.
Oh, it was the most surreal moment. Like I remember feeling so deflated when he told me that. I'm like, you got to be kidding! Like somebody's going to talk sense to this guy. Like it's not going to happen. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened.
Did you get to have a meeting with Stan Lee or?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I had like really good fortune in a lot of ways. Yeah, I got to celebrate a birthday with Stan Lee, and it was actually in Boston.
Jeez.
And Neil Adams was there, so it was kind of. And I think Mark McKenna and Mike Lilly, who I mentioned earlier, who were also working on it, we were all there.
Okay.
And I think the convention bought Stan like a birthday cake. He, people, and I myself was worried to meet him because I'd met him as a fan years earlier.
Was
at
it
San Diego?
that happened?
Yes,
Was it the Super Mega Fest?
Yes, yeah, it's that place that looks like a castle, kind of. That
Yes,
hotel.
I think
Yeah.
I might. Do you remember an obnoxious guy that was like asking Stan Lee
Was it you?
questions?
I mean, I don't.
you?
I
Okay.
just-
There was a. He's actually a friend of mine, and he's like Roy Thomas's manager now.
Oh, I know
was-
who he is. Yeah. I know who
Okay.
he is. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was there. And I think that was the weekend I met Stan Lee because I got one of the picture things at that show that weekend.
Oh, cool.
Wow,
Yeah.
you were in that room. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That was awesome. That was super cool. But like, you worry about meeting people who you idolize because you think like, oh, like what if they're terrible people? But Stan Lee exceeded any thoughts I had because I remember, being younger, meeting him in San Diego, and he was super nice. But it's like he's on, he's signing at this table.
Yeah.
But then meeting him in person, I was just like, oh my God, like this guy's the best. Like if I live as long as he does and I can be that cool, like there's a life goal right there.
Right.
And I even got to be on stage at his send off at Rhode Island Comic-Con. I think it was billed as his last con or whatever. But I got to be on stage with him and his hands on my shoulder. I'm like, oh my God, like this is happening right now. Joe Sinnott's there, Jim Steranko. It was like,
oh my God,
crazy. Yeah, it was
dude,
crazy.
talk about being amongst legends. Like
Totally. I know. I said something like that. I put on a social media post and some guy's like, flattering yourself much? I was like, douche, I'm not talking about me.
Right.
Like, look behind me.
I only met him.
Geez.
I only met him once at Boston Comic Con, Stan Lee, and like it was kind of like almost like Weekend at Bernie's at that point, but because I think I said hi to him,
Yeah.
He just sat in a chair pretty much, and I'm sure he saw like exactly, like cattle coming through. I'm sure he was like numb to all the people walking through and everything, but hey, big fan, but he's like, he just sat there. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
whatever. But at least I got a picture with him.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
I mean, I've seen him a couple times at conventions, like when he would, drum up excitement for like, I think when he was working for, when him and Mark Waid had that comic line for a little while. I remember seeing him in New York doing that, and a few other places. So I used to see him around, but yeah, I kind of miss seeing him around at shows now. It was always like the big guest.
Are they going to bring? I mean, it's because I'm morbid, but are they going to bring him back? I think I heard something that they might put them back in movies or something.
There's
somehow.
like a unflattering documentary coming out soon.
Yeah,
about his manager.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. I know more than I want to know about it. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch it because I don't want to see. Yeah, I don't want to see that whole thing. We almost had that guy on the show, but when he was crowdfunding that documentary, I guess we weren't big enough for him to come on. Or something.
Good. No, you were just right. You were just right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But anyways, that is awesome. That's a cool story. I never knew that existed. So I'm glad you came on and told me about it.
Yeah, when you have time, look it up on eBay.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. I mean, I can't believe it. Neil Adams and Stan Lee. Wow,
that's
wild that it never got released.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. It was one of the most shocking moments of my entire career, and I've had some crazy things happen.
Is that before or after Stripperella? Stripperella.
Oh, Stripperella.
Stan Lee's Stripperella.
Probably
before that. Yeah, I don't know where that falls in the timeline. Probably before.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's hard to keep track of it all because there was a lot of weird scattered Stan Lee, concepts flying around there for a while.
Yeah, right. Actually, that one wasn't terrible. I watched a couple episodes. I thought it was kind of funny, but I mean, it was definitely not a kid audience, though. It was definitely like an adult thing. But it was funny. Yeah. It was funny, I gotta admit. But anyways, so I mean, I want to talk before we run out of time. I want to talk about this new comic you got.
Yes.
So now, once you finish your career in I guess mainstream comics, you've gone back to indie stuff, right?
Yeah,
in your spare time, more of a hobby now, would you say, or?
I don't know. I don't really think of it any differently. I mean, I never, Marvel and DC, in a way, I always feel like it's been my hobby, but it's also my job. So, I don't really think of it any differently, really.
That's good. I like that.
But when I left Marvel and DC, it was really at a point where I was just kind of wasn't sick of superheroes, but I was sick of having no control over anything and just seeing people getting screwed over who created all these cool characters but have no control over them. So I ended up connecting with a guy who was a screenwriter. He had a few scripts optioned, and one of them was this really cool sort of dark Christmas themed story, and he wanted to get it made, but his agent said you can't F with Santa Claus in Hollywood, which I disagree with. And I think that's been proven at this point. But we ended up getting together and kickstarted this project called Malice and Mistletoe.
Yeah, that's when I met you guys, when you guys were working on that. What was the guy's name? Nate, was it?
Yeah, Nathan Graham Davis. Yeah, I think we saw you at Northeast Comic Con. I think that was kind of at the fever pitch of it too. We might have seen you at that show.
Yes, I think I met him before I met you, and then I saw you guys both at Terrificon that year.
Yeah. That was fun.
Is he still writing comics, or has he moved on to just more Hollywood pitches and things like that?
Yeah, he did a movie called Aftermath that was #1 on Netflix for 12 weeks or something. It was cool. My kids would want to kick me for not remembering the guy's name who stars in it, because young people know who he is. I'm sorry, I don't fit that category anymore. But it's called Aftermath, and it was big on Netflix. So he wrote that. It's kind of he described it as Die Hard on a bridge, and it took place in Boston. It's fun. It's a really entertaining movie, and I'm not just saying that because I think Nate's a great guy. But for real, it was really entertaining, and I loved seeing him have so much success with it. But he still writes, and I don't know exactly what projects he has on the horizon. I'm not aware right now. But he was an awesome collaborator, but we had total control. We made merchandise. We just got to be in control of it, for better or for worse. And we had some great experiences working on that. But that really, to me, rejuvenated my passion for it, because I was also doing pencils and inks. And I was doing a lot of work with pro wrestlers, which of course I also have a fascination with. So I was doing a lot of work in pro wrestling and, thinking about my own independent comic ideas. And then the only time in my life LinkedIn.com has been useful was I heard from Sean Hainsworth, who has a company called SHP Comics. And I met with him, and he's in Hatfield, Massachusetts, which is 15 minutes away from me. So here I am on LinkedIn. I'm meeting a guy who's down the road.
Wow.
And
Okay.
yeah, so
I've heard of what is it? SHP comics?
SHP. Yeah, they've got a few like books that have won awards. There's a book called Aerotech that I think a lot of people look at and they just think is like a TNA comic, but it's actually really like a smart office comedy that has sex robots in it. It's really fun. And then there's another one called Woodstake that's been getting some press, and I think you might recognize if you see it out.
Eurotech. Did Dean Haspiel do a cover or something for them?
Yeah, he actually did a backup story in it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I watch his podcast a lot, and I think I remember him mentioning that he did a short story or something for that. So that's
he did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was my first time doing anything with him because we both had a story in a book called Tales from Aerotech. It was sort of like a special edition, like a trade.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that was really fun. So, I've been penciling, inking, and coloring, which has also been really great. And then Sight, I'm penciling, inking, and coloring.
Yeah, the site looks awesome, dude. So now you're doing that as a mini series? Yeah, look at those covers, so good.
Cool. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, it's been awesome. I got Chris Campana to do an alternate cover, so I've inked and colored him, and we've known each other forever too. Chris, done shows with him forever. But yeah, so it's a 5-issue miniseries. I'm finishing the 5th issue now. And the first 4 are all done and ready to go. So there won't be any late comics. It'll be monthly. August 5th. Yeah. Because that's one thing that is such a pet peeve of mine is late comics. And I understand why it happens. I totally get it.
Especially in the indie world. Like it's you want to not be that guy,
Big time. Big time. Because there's enough that's detracting people's attention from you. But like the storytelling in this is kind of fun too, because it's like, I've worked in comics for so long. I didn't want to do like the same old thing. So a lot of the narrative is kind of like in a monochrome.
Let me ask you.
Oh, cool.
Let me ask you the Johnny question. What is the elevator pitch of this comic?
The elevator pitch. Well, I'll tell you right now, Angelina is an amateur boxer cursed with the ability to see events before they happen. Haunted by visions since childhood, she survives on the margins of society, but when her visions turn apocalyptic, Angelina is forced to confront a world on the brink of collapse, the debut of a brutal and emotionally intense sci-fi thriller.
Oh, cool.
I stole that from Sean. Sean wrote that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been fun because Sean had this cool concept where it was really about like a narrative happening, and that narrative would essentially be monochrome. There's color. And then there'd be these panels called sight panels, and they have 3 different colors. And I think at first readers are going to be confused, but I think especially savvy comic book people like yourselves, I don't think it's going to take you long to figure out what's going on. And in the back of the book, there's actually a really smart description of kind of trying to help you out with how to decipher what the sight panels are.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So you guys kind of came up with this new concept.
Yeah, because I just felt like when you're doing indie comics, like I'm not on Batman anymore. So like you need something different to grab people's attention. So we just thought, wouldn't it be cool if we could mess with these sight panels and there'd be looks into the future, the past, and the present that would add to the narrative. So it wouldn't just be, your typical linear storytelling in full color.
I like that though. I like when writers and creators play around with the format a lot, I always think that's very cool. Like I just love seeing that.
And I have one rule when I do comics, and now that I feel like it's kind of cool where like I have control over it now, unlike DC and Marvel. But my whole thing is it can't be a one-liner. It can't have a shitty, predictable ending. It can't. And if it does, I'm not going to do it. And the ending to the 5th issue is so awesome in this.
Like for example, it was all a dream. She got knocked out. She came to, and everything's
no one wants those cop-out endings.
Right, exactly. And like in Malice and Mistletoe that Nate and I did, there's a male lead and a female lead, and of course, oh, are they gonna fall in love? No. There's not going to be any love affair. No. And that was so great to me that he avoided a lot of the stuff where he almost kind of like trolls the fans to be like setting it up. Like, is this going to happen? Is this going to happen?
Yeah, right.
Sharp left. Like, of course not. And then we're moving on to something interesting and different. And
I like
Psych
that
does
kind
that.
of stuff too, like where
Yeah.
something different. You're reading something different. You're not just reading the same old. You know what I mean? Like
You've seen it a million times, right? And I mean, I understand, like from a writer's standpoint, there's only so many ways to tell a story. You know, I get it, but you can do it in an unpredictable way that you aren't insulting fans' intelligence. You know?
Yeah, seriously. Like, no, I agree with you. And I love that. I like the idea of this book a lot. I like that it's going to be in stores too. That's awesome. I saw that it was solicited, or it's being solicited this month. Stuff. That's great.
Yeah. It's through Lunar, and August 5th, #1 comes out. We're actually having a release party, and I know Keith, you know this, but I am also a fan of some good whiskey and good beer. So we are having a release party at a brewery in South Deerfield, and which is not far from here. So we're doing a signing at a comic book in Greenfield, Mass, called His and Hers on release day on August 5th.
Oh,
on
I
Wednesday.
know His and Hers comics. Yeah.
Oh, do you? It's awesome.
Yeah, I know this.
It's
those
a great store. It's great. So we're psyched. We're doing a store signing there, and then on the 7th is our party. On the 9th, what am I doing? On the 9th, I'm at Terrificon. I'll be at CH2 Collectibles table on the 9th. And then on the 12th, I'm at Alternate Universe, Eric Yacko's store in Milford, Connecticut. And there's more. Like I'll be at IC3 in September.
Yeah, I'm so mad. I was supposed to be at IC3, but I had a conflict and I had to choose, and it would just made more sense to not do IC3 this year. But I have done it. I did it last year when it was in Connecticut, and it was cool
I think I saw you there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, we saw each other. And hopefully I can sneak away for a few minutes on the 9th and come see you at Terrificon. I'll have a table, but I just don't know where I'm at yet. And
I'll find you. I'm gonna walk around.
Oh, cool. Yeah. You probably finding me would probably be more realistic than me going. Usually once I'm behind the table, I kind of stay there all day. I'm like that type. And then I usually walk around maybe on Sunday or Friday night, and that's about it, you know?
Yeah, I'll definitely track you down, because I got to find Chris Campana. He did that alternate cover, so he's going to be there. So hopefully, I'll be sending some people to him to, get him to sign their cover. But yeah, this is cool, man. I'm excited about this, and I'm potentially going to have a really interesting wrestling project that could be happening in 2027 that I may even see you at Collision in Springfield, Mass on September 12th. So if I happen to see you there, because I know you do turn up.
I do turn up, but I didn't get tickets to that one. Only if it was a Dynamite, I might have gotten tickets. It's because it's Collision.
Fair.
I like AEW, but Collision kind of loses me a little bit. Although once in a while, it can be as good as Dynamite.
It can't. You never know.
Yeah,
but I hear what you're saying. I totally hear you. And they do Ring of Honor tapings. So there's a wrestler who is on all those shows who I am talking to about a little wrestling project that'll be really fun. He currently is on the AEW roster, but I don't want to say anything
about, like who it is, or
I can't not here, but I would tell you. But But he's awesome. He's awesome.
And he's on Ring of Honor and AEW.
He was on Dynamite 2 weeks ago. He's been on Collision. He's on Ring of Honor. Yeah, he's awesome, and I've gotten to meet him at some indie shows around here. Yeah, he's really great. I think you'll know who he is.
Oh, cool. Well,
how'd you get to wrestling?
Terrificon, who that is. Yeah, I can't wait.
How did you get into wrestling?
That's so you guys are going to do a comic together.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, we're working it out. I mean, I got into wrestling when I was like 17. Like I never got into it, and then I thought
17, late bloomer.
It kind of like my whole life, really. Like even in comics. But I just thought like, oh yeah, that's really cool. And obviously it's a performance, but I like that. And I had too much testosterone. I was like, I think I could do that. And then, I was doing like backyard wrestling stuff and realizing like all the people like, oh, it's fake. Yeah. You find out real quick how fake it is.
Yeah. Right.
Like somebody hits you.
I loved it as a kid, and then I didn't get back into it. Johnny got me back into it a couple of years ago with AEW, actually, oddly enough. Because I was fighting it like Harry's out of it. Harry's only like old school, like wrestling.
Oh, Harry, we got to get you to the 21st century wrestling.
I know.
You got to come on in.
Like, because for me,
Johnny
like
took me to
back in the
events,
80s,
and I was still fighting it, not really watching it. and then something's flipped. I think it was Ospreay coming into it, and when he first made his debut in AEW, 3 years ago, and then that was it. Because once I saw him, I was like, this guy is unbelievable.
Oh my God, incredible!
And then
God,
now you can't. And now I'm all into it. I'm all in. So.
You're all in. You're all in.
That was a great
wrestling con. Nice, Keith. Nice.
I'm a little behind though. I haven't watched. I haven't watched this last week's Dynamite or Collision or the pay-per-view that just happened. So I'm gonna catch up this week. So, but
nice.
I love it though. And now looking at wrestling as an adult, the thing I really like about it, besides just the athleticism and some of the crazy shit that those guys do in the ring, I love the story setups and like the way they build stuff. Like, just
because it goes back to comics.
We were talking about earlier how comics and wrestling go together, but it's like those builds is what makes the actual wrestling match better. And same with comics. If you just had fights all the time in comics, it would be boring.
Right.
The lead up to it, and it's just that's the stuff I love about it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
in.
with you. Yeah, WWE is like, it's not like I don't like it, but I just find, again, like they're like the Marvel of wrestling. They're insulting my intelligence.
Right.
They're ripping me off with way too much money for too little product. Like if I want to hear wrestlers talk, I can watch a podcast. I don't need to watch a 3-hour wrestling show with 20 minutes of wrestling. I don't care about that. Like I want to see the wrestling, and like Tony Khan's like a toy collector. It's like he's got all the coolest action figures, and he's almost got too many. He doesn't have enough room to display them all.
Awesome. Yeah. But also, like the thing I like about AEW is it's manageable. Like it's only 2 shows a week, all on the same place. You don't have to go like looking for it everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it just makes more sense.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think all the wrestlers are great. Although some of the WWE guys end up there anyway. So
New Day's showing up. We only have to wait till August.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bailey, New Day, apparently. There's a whole bunch of them, and they don't need all former WWE guys, but there are some guys who would fit perfect in this roster.
Yeah, I think so too. And hey, if it helps, helps gets the brand out, So you said you got into it, like what year? 2017?
No, when I was 17, which was
when you were 17,
regrettably much longer ago than that. But
okay,
it just fascinated me. I was like, what a cool culture. And then I just ended up going to the live shows and just really enjoyed like the participation of the crowd and just how interactive it was. And I got backstage and met some of the guys, and it was just fascinating. The whole idea of like you putting a match together and you have these stories and it's like a dance, and you don't want to hurt the other person. I just find it fascinating. I think they're masters of movement in many ways.
And who are some of your favorites like growing up?
My favorites? Macho Man, definitely. Always one of my favorites growing up. But I mean, more recently.
All right, let me ask you this: who's on your Mount Rushmore?
Okay. So it's got to be AJ Styles, Bryan Danielson, Will Ospreay, Macho Man. Not a lot of old school guys. I mean, there's so many that were great, but I just find like the Bruno Sammartino era of wrestling is just boring, like knees and punches.
That was before my time. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, again, like Hulk Hogan was like charismatically rich, but talent poor. So there's guys like him, like, if you're looking at.
Yeah, but he was like, I mean, even his character was ripped off by, Superstar Billy Graham, and Ventura
totally.
ripped him off, like Billy Graham was like the first Hulk Hogan pretty much, and then he became Superstar Billy Graham. But I mean, he was. But I love the early '80s stuff though, because like there were originals, like there was like only one Junkyard Dog, only one Hillbilly Jim and Hogan and Tito Santana and like Steamboat, and then nowadays I feel that I'll try to get into it. But I feel that nowadays characters are trying to like emulate what came before. You know what I mean? And it's kind of almost like coming. I
think some.
What's old is new again. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some guys who rely
I love
too
the
much
old
on
guys.
moves. There's a lot of flippy floppy guys, and I love that stuff, by the way. But it can become generic
Yeah.
when it's like, okay, the Canadian destroyer, that's awesome, but there's 12 other guys who do it
Yeah,
really well too. So you got to
Yeah,
do
right.
something to put your spin on it. But there's just so many mega talents right now. It is just like a golden age for wrestling, and
Yeah.
like any friends of mine, and Keith and I always end up somehow talking about wrestling whenever I see him. But I just feel like it's so interesting,
Yeah.
and like people get caught up in like it's fake. It's such a dumb response. It's like,
It's such a
yo,
dumb
yeah.
thing.
Oh, so when I go see a movie, do you guys know
I
it's
know,
fake?
because-
Do you know that?
Yeah, right. Right?
Well, not
Right?
only that, but when I go to conventions and I see these like old timey wrestlers, they're all in like wheelchairs and like crutches and canes, like they can't walk. Like the ones
Yeah,
that live
oh my
that
God.
long. You know what I mean? Like some don't they don't last too long.
Yeah.
Like
No,
I've met
no.
a few
Darby
that,
Allin's
that
long for this earth either, like the way that guy's
I've met
going, man.
I can't tell you how many I've met in my life that I got maybe 10 that have died right after I met them, like Roddy Piper, Nikolai Volkov, all these people. Like after I'm meeting them, like a few years later, maybe they're gone. So I'm like, my God, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
They don't last
Yeah,
long.
absolutely. But yeah, I don't want to talk too much about wrestling. I want to start wrapping this up a little bit.
Oh yeah. Let's get back on comics.
Yeah, exactly. So Jack, is it soliciting this month in Lunar?
That ended. I don't even remember the date. I think that was in June.
Oh,
It
okay.
ended. It's coming out August 5th. So
Is when it's hitting stores?
yeah,
Okay.
debuts August 5th. That's the release date. So hopefully your store, your LCS, ordered it, and they have copies, because the comic book industry is so weird. It's like, again, such a short-sighted industry. So it's not like if you missed it and everybody's buzzing about number one, there'll be a second printing, unless there's like a monster demand. It just doesn't make sense in this market the way they do it. It's just an outdated way of doing things. So yeah, number one comes out August 5th. Hopefully people can find it, and then there'll be 5 issues, and they will come out on time. Again, like I've seen the finished first 4 issues. They're done, ready to go. And then the 5th one, there's a few pages left, but that's not till December anyway. So it'll all be out on time. And then the trade, I think, is coming out April 2027. Sean's really well organized, so he's got it all planned out. So I'm really excited about it. Like as excited as I was about Batman in a lot of ways, because for me, this is, getting to pencil ink and color. I'm in charge of all the visuals, for better or
It's your
for
own
worse.
property. It's your own story. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
get a lot more love to it. And did you help write the story too, or did you, no? Did you have any input on it, or no?
Yeah, Sean's a great collaborator. Yeah,
Okay.
we talk about a lot of things. I can't spoil, I won't say it specifically, but I'll just say, like, when he was telling me about the 2nd issue, I had a hand in naming the character, and I insisted that he doesn't kill that character. Like, I don't care about anybody else, but that character can't die. You can't kill that character. And it's awesome. And this character has a funny name. I can't really say it. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's very fun. You'll appreciate it.
What do you think of What do you think of Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze character? Is that your favorite, Mr. Freeze?
Jeez. I mean, I didn't hate it. It was fun. It was fun. Wow, that took me by surprise.
Yeah, like where did that come from, Harry? Like,
I'd like to keep him in the comic books. I think that's where he belongs.
I can't tell you, right?
Yeah, sometimes like we're
me,
talking about like something, and then out of left field, Harry's like, it's why we love him, But,
yeah, that's funny. I mean,
that's why we call him the Time Lord of Tangent.
Jack, I'm an artist. Well, I'm an artist myself, and like things hit me at different times. You know what I mean? I can't tell you how it happened.
I hear
or why.
that.
Like I could be trying to figure out how to draw. I could be trying to draw something or figure something out, and I can't during the day. But at 3 a.m., I'll wake up and I'll write it down or sketch it. Sketch it real quick. Then I go back to bed. I can't tell you how or why. Just like that's how it is.
I relate. I'm with you, brother.
So,
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I I don't remember certain things, but you know, like when something pops into your head, an idea or something, you got to write it down, you know?
Yeah, well, whenever you had the
filter.
genius idea to put that Mighty Mascot figure
Oh.
out, like when you showed me the figures, I told my son about it, and he has fond memories. And this is like a cool 19-year-old guy, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, cool!" Like and he wanted to see it. I'm like, "Well, at
Awesome.
some point,
Oh,
I'll
very
make sure I
cool.
take a picture and show you."
Yeah, that's great. I love that he loves it. You know, that's I
Yeah.
always appreciate that. It's good. I'm finally working on number 11. I'm starting to write it now, so felt like there hasn't been a lot of mascot stuff lately, so I got to get back in there. You know,
Yeah,
that's
right on.
another thing about indie comics. It feels kind of slow because it's like it's only you kind of doing the stuff, and it's like
It's a lot.
And money's always an issue, you know. And,
yeah, I mean, Comics Wellspring is, you know.
Oh God,
that
yeah.
whole thing.
That
yeah,
whole
there's always
craziness.
something. And tariffs, all this dumb tariff stuff with our dopey president. You know, like I know people now who it's impacted their comics because now, you know, like even Kickstarters. So now they got these crazy tariffs and people are upset. They're like, well, I have to pay
the shipping
50%
costs
more.
more too.
Like
yeah,
50%.
everything, dude.
It's crazy. So I mean, it's really made an impact in a lot of negative ways. So you just never know in comics. Like you just don't know. So it's a wacky enough industry without all this other stuff.
I did
becoming a
try.
thing.
Speaking of Comics Wellspring, I did try Mix 'em with my last Kickstarter.
I've heard good things. Yeah.
I liked it. I liked the quality. I was surprised. And the books kind of come flat, which I appreciate. You know how like Comics Wellspring, you had to flatten them with a book for like a week. Because,
yeah, right.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with Mix 'em. The only thing I didn't like about them is they ship them kind of like haphazardly. Like
are they tight?
You know how like Comics Wellspring wraps it really tight with like bubble wrap and all that.
Yep.
They basically just threw them into a box with a little bit of like, you know, bubble wrap and not even wrapped around it, just on the sides.
Yeah, there's like two stacks.
Yeah, because I guess they're more of like a book printer, so they shipped it more like it was a book than it was a comic. So
yeah.
Nothing really got damaged, but I could see that being a potential thing in the future, you know? So
yeah, I think you're right.
But yeah, you know, take that, you know, try it. I'd say try them. Their quality was pretty good. I liked it. So
yeah, I've seen some of their work. It is good.
But all right, yeah, Jack. Why don't you share some social medias where people can find you, and also if you know any sites or where the best place to get the book from you.
That was good. I thought you were making a comic book pun there. Any sites? Definitely check out shpcomics.com because the store there has all the SHP comics available. And I did a story in Tales from Aerotech, which I think you can get there. And Dean Haspiel has a story in there that's really fun. I'd strongly recommend it. Definitely not for the kids, but it's a really fun book. Nothing like I had ever done before, kind of entered a different genre. It was fun. But yeah, shpcomics.com, site number 1 will be available there. And I'm not saying this like a salesman. And Keith, for real, it's a limited print run. So it's not like I'm like some car salesman who's in site number 1.
Right.
I'm not that guy. I'm just saying, like, for real, if you want to get it and your store didn't order it, you might want to consider checking out shpcomics.com.
I'll get it from you at Terrificon. I'll come over to the table and get that, and I'm assuming he'll have the Aerotech book there too.
We may. I'm not sure. I can try to make sure that happens.
Yeah, tell him to bring some because I'll definitely buy one of those as well.
Yeah,
come over
definitely. Okay. Yeah, we'll do. Cool. And then if anyone wants to follow me, I am Jack Purcell Inc. INK, Jack Purcell Inc. And I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. That's pretty much it. So I'm easy to find.
Awesome. Yeah. Harry, any last questions for Jack before we let him go?
Let's see. Do I have anything in the grab bag here?
Jim Carrey Riddler.
I do have several. Well, I know you also, not to go back to wrestling, but you also design T-shirts for wrestlers, certain wrestler T-shirts I read, because I also do that too on the side.
Yeah.
What kind of things
like
have you designed there, and for who?
Like prints and T-shirts. So there's a company called Pro Wrestling Grind. They're based in Western Massachusetts. Blitzkrieg Pro. They're based in Connecticut, and BST, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, which are Southern Connecticut. Done a bunch of like, if you guys know what IWTV is, it's like an app where you can watch indie wrestling. I've done a bunch of graphics. It's super cool. Oh my God. You can see so many great shows. It's like, I don't have the time of day to watch so many of the things I want to see, but Blood, Sweat, and Tears, I did a bunch of the graphics that they have for some of their shows. Yeah, that was way cool. Like on replays, my artwork pops up and stuff. And Blitzkrieg, I did like a bunch of prints. I've done trading cards, and done t-shirts for Grind. Rip Bison, Perry Von Vicious. I've done like t-shirts for those guys. A whole bunch of stuff. It's been fun. And I know the guys from AEW and WWE, some of them are aware of me because and I'm not joking, within 3 seconds, both of the Creed brothers put fire emojis on the Creed brother piece that I posted. And Kofi Kingston was reposting. Like, I never got more likes in my entire time on social media than when Kofi Kingston reposted. I did a really cool New Day print. I'm putting together samples for WWE because that's another goal. Like, I want to do something for them in AEW.
That'd be cool.
And AEW knows who I am. I've got their card, and it's don't call us, we'll call you, but I don't do that. So I'm probably kind of annoying and hit them up every once in a while. But
I'd say, hey, dude, be the same persistence you were in comics, you know? Like,
that's it.
What do you got to lose? You know what I mean? What do you got to lose?
Yeah,
you know?
Squeaky wheel.
No.
I would love to see their graphics on one of their shirts, you know, and the shirts are always changing.
Yeah, have you ever designed a logo for a wrestler or something, like a print, like a logo for a wrestler or something?
I've done some work for Mike Skyros, who is up in upstate New York. It's kind of like a comic book page and had like his logo on the bottom that I created. Done something for Dr. Redacted, who's, in my opinion, the best deathmatch wrestler in the world. His gimmick is awesome. Oh my God, he's so great. So yeah, and I've like worked with guys like Danhausen and Max Caster and Smart Mark Sterling. I mean, guys you know from TV wrestling.
Max Caster. I don't know why, dude. When he used to do the open challenges on Collision, those were my favorite things because I loved him like just talking shit and then instantly being beat in like 1 minute. It was like the funniest shit. And every time it happened, I was like, this is my favorite thing in AEW right now. You know?
Yeah, he's great. I like him a lot.
Hey, if you got a few more minutes, I got Johnny C checking in from San Diego.
Oh, wait a second. We finally found him.
Heard us talking about Max Caster, and he was hang on. Johnny.
What's up?
We tracked him down.
I'm actually at Logan Airport. We just landed.
Oh,
did you really?
Nice.
Yeah, I literally just got off the plane. Rachel's in the bathroom, so I was able to sneak a minute on to sign in. Jack, I wish I was on this stream because I heard you're a wrestling fan. We could have like killed hours.
Dude, we were just talking about AEW. He's going to the Springfield one.
Yeah, that just got announced. I want to go to that. I don't know. I got to figure it out.
Well, let's make it happen because we could talk all kinds of wrestling, and we could do that anytime online and at Collision and Ring of Honor. That's going to be an awesome show.
That's going to be a great show. I think I'm going to have to prioritize and go. Keith, we should go to that.
We might see New Day there.
Oh yeah. Oh, so I didn't see Redemption, so I'm a little bit behind. I hope I didn't get anything spoiled, but. Yeah.
No. They haven't debuted yet, but they're gonna. I think they're debuting at the Wembley show later in August. So,
so that would make sense.
2 weeks left.
Are they doing Dynamite somewhere else? Or is that separated or different towns? Which is
usually when they do like a separate collision, that means like that collision is sometimes a little bit more special. You know what I mean? When they do those like combined collisions or whatever, like, or it's a taped one, like it's not the same. You know what I mean? But if they do like a live Saturday collision, it usually says, pretty good show.
Some of the wrestlers stayed over from when they were in Boston or something. They're like, collision in Springfield, you know? That's what it felt like. But.
I was going to say, speaking of wrestling staying over, guess who was in my hotel?
Who?
Swerve Strickland.
Nice.
I shared an elevator with him at least once. He didn't look too happy because I think he was with his family and like it was like breaking kayfabe a little bit. But it was just cool to see him. So
you didn't talk to him at all?
I met him at 3 separate occasions during the con. Once was like at a signing. The next was like in the elevator. And I didn't talk to him because he didn't look happy. And then the third time was just kind of in passing. It was just like a quick wave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
when they don't look happy, that's like, like I want to still like this guy. So I just kind of
yeah. So, and I mean, I was in a tight quarters, like in an elevator. So I was like, I didn't want to piss him off, and his family was there too. You know what I mean? So just being respectful. Didn't say
like the Ultimate Warrior.
What's that?
Did he tell you to beat it? Did he tell you to beat it like the Ultimate Warrior did to that kid in the airport? I forget one time. That's the story where you had to apologize.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he was feeling that on the inside.
Yeah, right.
I mean, he could see that it was a mark. I was wearing my Young Buck shirt. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So he knew. He's like, "Oh, great! Here's this mark coming in, like in the elevator. It's supposed to be a private elevator." The other thing that crazy that happened, because we're actually about to get to the carousel. So let me leave you with one more note. So I showed up to my panel on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. It was 9:58, and none of the other panelists showed up. So I was all by myself on a panel, and I was like, "Wait a minute, let's do this over." I shifted over to the moderator spot. I pointed out to the crowd, said, "Who makes comics?" 2 kids raised their hands. One of them was Nick Ward, who's been on the show before, friend of the show. Yeah. And we just did an Indie Comics Relay panel at San Diego Comic-Con.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it.
Nice.
Cool. I saw your quick story when you said, "Hey, I'm a co-host of Indie Comics Relay," and I saw that on Instagram.
That was a separate panel. That was a
different one?
That was a different panel that I was moderating, officially moderating, and I was on a panel with Matt Dinneman, who created Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Oh shit!
So we had a pretty full room for that one, yeah. So that was fun.
You'll have to tell me about that later,
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's a huge property now for some reason.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It doesn't make sense to me, but I mean, after talking to the guy and finding out more about the project, it was like, oh wow, he put the work in,
Okay, interesting.
But anyways, I'm about to get the baggage carriage.
All right, good to hear from you. We weren't sure if you're going to check in or not tonight.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the flight was definitely delayed. It's been a hell of a time.
Well,
I'll give you the full details. Yeah, I'll give you the full details in the next show.
Okay, perfect.
All right, take care, guys.
Right,
good talking to you, Jack.
Right, Johnny.
We'll see you at Collision.
All
Sounds good. See you there.
All right, later, Johnny.
Later, yo.
So maybe I'll be at Collision. I don't know.
Yeah, do it.
We'll see if it happens. And when is it? The 12th of August?
Yeah, Saturday the 12th of September.
Oh, September.
I got to study up. You guys are speaking a language I don't even know about right now.
Yeah, AEW, man, I'm telling you, you got to come on the winning team.
Yeah, you should, Harry. It's easy to watch.
It sounds like a root beer.
There's so many good personalities on there too, I think, which is why I loved 80s wrestling. I loved the characters, and there's a lot of good ones on AEW, especially the luchadors, and Will Ospreay is my favorite, and Darby. How can you not like Darby Allin?
Enjoy him while he's around. Yeah,
dude. That Dynamite we went to when Brian Cage threw him into the steel post.
Oh my god!
He really hit there. I was like, holy shit! And it looked like he hit
that
hard.
Dark
You
Side
see
of
him
the
on
Ring
the floor going like this the entire time. And
just
I was
watch
like,
that. Watch that 4th episode of Dark Side of the Ring. That Neko Butcher versus.
The Samoa Joe. Yeah. Oh,
have you seen that? Have you seen that episode?
Brutal.
Holy,
I haven't.
I had no idea it could be
I know
that
the
real.
match. Yeah, I haven't seen the episode, but I know the match. Ooh, yeah, that's rough. Hard to watch.
How do you not
I'll
become brain dead after that?
Yeah. Wow.
I don't understand.
Okay, but I can talk here all night about wrestling. Jack, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I
nice
appreciate
meeting you.
it.
And I will make a point to come visit the table SHP. You said
I'm with SHP Comics, but we are at CH2 Collectibles table. It's a comic book store, so I'm going to be signing at Chris's table. Yeah, I'm signing at Chris's table.
Yeah, I know Chris really well.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, all right. Oh, so you guys will all be there. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Come see you guys at Terrificon. And if you remember, have them bring some Aerotex because I'll definitely buy one.
I'll remember.
All right, cool. All right, Jack. We'll see you.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Nice meeting you, Jack.
Next week. So, all All right, man.
Good luck with sight.
Everybody pick up sight.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Good night, Jack.
Thanks, guys.
Right. Yeah. Have a good one. Dude, awesome, right? I mean, that was fun.
That was pretty fun.
Well,
Johnny,
we have to have him
last
back again when Johnny's here, because maybe we could just do a wrestling episode, wrestling and comics episode, right? Like, that'd be
maybe in the future have theme nights, you know, like one night be like a wrestling night.
I'll talk to him. Maybe we could just do that, and it'd be like, hey, we're gonna talk some comics, but it's gonna be a wrestling night, you know, and we'll just keep talking wrestling, you know. I'll watch some newer matches to get into it too. That'd be great, you know. And Johnny could probably point you to a couple good ones to check out, you know. I think that would be
cliff
cool.
notes.
Yeah, right. Well, it took me a little while to kind of, I'd say about 6 months to kind of get, because when you'd watch matches and you didn't know who the wrestlers were,
the storylines and everything.
Yeah, you knew the one that they made a big deal about coming in, but then the ones you're fighting, you don't know if they're just jobbers or if they're actually good AEW wrestlers. It takes you a little while, like maybe 6 months, to kind of get a handle on who's who and that kind of thing. But once you start seeing that, you'll start seeing the patterns. I'm like, okay, this guy's a jobber. He's going to last 2 seconds, you know, that kind of thing, you know?
Right.
But one thing I wanted to have you talk about, that we didn't get to talk up at the beginning of the show, was you mentioned that you went to there's like an 80s themed like store
right.
Nashua.
So I work in Nashua, and I must have driven by the store like 1,000 times, but I never really noticed it. But last Friday I was like driving around, and I see this guy setting up this blowing up this inflatable Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, probably like a 4 foot, 5 foot tall Stay Puft Marshmallow. I'm like, why is he doing that? And then like I look at the background, and the store is called Retro Rolos Collectibles. And I looked into the glass, the glass window there, and like I saw like 3 or 4 life-size gremlins. You know, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta stop by. And so on the way back after my I was working, driving the company van. So on the way back, back to work, I stopped by real quick, jumped into the store, and it was like taking like here's the website or the Instagram page. That there's a Stay Puft Marshmallow. So it's a small little store, but like you really go back in time. It's like he plays 80s music. I've gathered. Like when I walked in there, he was playing Prince or Tina Turner music or something.
Ben Cooper mask right there too. That is cool as hell.
Oh man, he had a what do you call it? An Alf telephone. He had old school garbage pail kid stickers. Right, oh my god, he's got wrestling. He's got wrestling belts. He's got so it's a cool, fun, like it didn't want to leave. And they're the Gremlins.
Yeah, that's great.
So it's a cool little store. It's a tiny store, but like fun. Like, and he was getting the reason why he was getting the thing the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man blown up is because like this past weekend was Nashua Summer Stroll. So he's trying to garner, people, and it worked for me. I saw by, but I
missed it this year. Usually we've set up at that show before, like it's a street festival. I must have missed the news about it because I usually apply because we do well at that event, and it's usually super hot in there though. That's the only thing. Like, but we. That's cool. Did they set? Is it right on that street that they do the summer stroll?
Yeah, where the Nashua Center for Performing Arts is, like a new little. It's like right down the street, like across the street from that. It's like a restaurant. The Odd Fellows restaurant is like right down the on that. You can't. It's on Main Street. The address is somewhere I forget. But the guy I think that was the owner right there.
Okay.
He seemed really cool.
Retro. Wow. This is all for sale. Too,
I guess like original toys from the 80s. And I guess he's been there for about a year, but I never noticed him until he was blowing the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. But
Oh wow, look at that. That's so
Like,
cool. Dude, I love that he
all
has
those-
this Garbage Pail Kids thing. I love that.
Yeah, there's like I didn't have enough time to look at everything, but he's got like old game consoles and like games too, and like
Wow,
I have to go
that's
back.
pretty cool.
See, is that Michael Jackson back there? This
Yeah, I saw
I
Michael
told him
Jackson.
that I'm like
Amazing.
Thriller. Yeah. So I told him like the guy seemed cool, so I'm like, maybe I'll mention you on the show. I was like, yeah, let me know. I'll get send me a link after, But yeah,
it looks like a cool place.
Stuff. And he says he gets new inventory every week, so it's never the same when you go in there. So
that's cool.
I'll have to
stop
stop
by
by
again. That a lot, dude.
Yeah,
that's really cool. I'll have to check it
out.
out. I've been wanting to, because I've gotten a little bit back into video games again recently, especially with the new James Bond game, and it's kind of reignited my interest in video games again. And so I've been wanting to go up to that Core Gaming company. It's a big, I guess a big retro video game store in Manchester.
Cool.
And been wanting to go there to check that out. So maybe at the same trip I'll stop there too and see how that place is. I'm not opposed to.
It's a tiny little store, but it's like chock full of stuff. I mean, I only spent like 5 minutes there. I had to go back to work, so. But the guy seemed cool, so.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe next time.
It looks awesome. I definitely would. I would definitely go in there and spend some time. It's almost like. Did you ever go to Fun Spot in Laconia? It's like it's like one of the last arcades in the world. And
the last time I was in Laconia, I think I by accident I stumbled upon Biker Week.
My girlfriend that's a thing.
Sitting in a hotel. And I'm like, I think we're. I'm like, is that lady wearing leather chaps? No, it was her skin. She was like very sunburnt. I'm like, but that's the last time we're.
My god!
That's the last time I was in Laconia. Biker Week.
Man.
But
no, if you ever go up there,
so no,
I try to go at least once a year. But like when you walk into Fun Spot, it's like walking into like 1983 because it's just an old school arcade, but it still looks like the 80s. Like it has that feel. Remember like when you were a kid and you walked into an arcade and it was like slightly dark. And it had like the like those bright neon carpets and like stuff all on the walls and like just the sounds of all the video games. That's what Fun Spot is. When you walk in there, it's like you're just transported back. You're like, it's amazing.
That's why I
hope I get that feeling when I walk in that store. It looks like I would.
I got that feeling when I walked in there. I didn't want to leave. Like this is where I belong.
You guys do that. I also want to do I definitely want to do that that Alien event too that's coming up in September.
Oh yeah, the Exeter.
Is that
Labor Day weekend?
It's Labor Day
weekend, yeah.
The whole weekend,
based on a true story. I'm not sure. I think it's a Friday, Saturday thing. I'm not sure though. Okay. It could be a Friday, Saturday thing. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. How far of a ride is that from Leominster?
It's basically maybe an hour because it's where Hampton Beach is. It's like right next to Hampton Beach. That area. I call it the Hamptons. Yeah.
Okay.
But
maybe we should all try to do that. That'd be kind of cool. I think
I mean, I don't want to get your hopes. It's like even if it's like a dud, it's basically they shut down the center of Exeter, and there's like little stores, like restaurants and places to eat. So even if we get bored, we can go get something to eat, or hang out.
Something different, something different to check out.
It's based on a true story of a UFO sighting back in the day, and there's a little bus that takes you on tour of where the guys saw the UFO, and then the police came and they shot at it, and they take you on around where it happens, at the barn where it happened and everything. So I've never gone on it, but yeah.
All right, that sounds pretty cool.
It's just cool to say that you've been to the UFO festival.
Yeah, no, I would. I would definitely check it out, and I think Amy would be interested and stuff. So. Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
And definitely, I mean, maybe you can sell your book there at some point. I mean, get a table there because you're your comic would do well there. You get a little alien in there.
Yeah, get the Mondo. Mondo would fit in with that.
Right? Yeah,
that type, the
right.
that classical looking alien type.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think if anything else you want to promote this week, because I'll start wrapping up the show now.
No, I showed my DiBiase drawing.
I still have it here. We can pop it up again just for people to check out.
There he is.
We made Ted.
Based
we
on
announced Ted DiBiase for Plastic City Comic Con, and of course that classic moment where he kicked the basketball out from the kid's hand.
Probably my favorite.
Was it you that gave me the idea that we should do that I should try to get him to do a promo with me, and where I'm bouncing the basketball and he kicks it out of my hand?
Yeah,
that would be kind of funny.
Great.
I don't know if I got to feel him out though when he comes to the show and just see, it would
be funny if people.
Jimmy Hart was totally up for doing that kind of stuff, but I don't know if Ted DiBiase will be. So
he's an ordained minister. I'm sure he has a good sense of humor about things.
Maybe he seems like a fun guy. He seems like a cool dude.
I'm gonna bring in my basketball so you can sign it, just randomly.
Yeah, why not? Are you gonna do that?
Right. No,
you should.
Yeah, I mean he's a basketball legend. Have you ever
saw
heard
another
of the show called
where he talked about how much the belt was it? How much the belt really cost?
Oh yeah, like $40,000, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
40,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't real diamonds.
No.
Or gold.
No.
But still, 40,000 it's pretty expensive build.
Yeah.
Ever watched that show? My friend got me into it, and I'll just once I get into a show, I can't get out of it, and now I've got to find out what happens. It's from the creators of Lost. It's called From. You ever heard that show?
I've heard of it. What is that on Netflix?
No, I think it's on. I'm streaming it off the internet, off the web. But forget what.
I've heard of it. Is it good? It's like, is it got the guy from Lost in it? The one that played Sawyer.
No,
I'm thinking is a different.
I think
show.
I think it might be. It's basically a town. Like once you like you're driving along one day and you come across this tree or whatever, and then you hit this town, and then once you are in this town, you can't leave. You can never leave. You're trapped there.
Oh, okay.
And then at nighttime you have to go indoors because at night these monsters come out. These like zombie, like dead people come after you. So.
Oh, weird.
And they constantly have to, are trying to get into the house. They seem like sweet and innocent, like a nice old lady. Might tap on your window and say, "Hey, can you please let me in? It's cold out," or whatever. Like, please let me in. Then you they play on your feelings, and then like, "Oh, sure, come on," what? And then the shit kills you. She bite your neck off, and you can't trust any of these things at night. That the monsters trying to get you.
It's kind of cool.
So
is it good?
It's pretty interesting. Yeah, I like it. I just started season 2, so it's like only 10 episodes per season, but they're an hour long.
Is it over now, or
so far? I think it's. I'm not sure. There's 4 seasons out right now, so.
Oh wow!
I'll have to find out. But I asked my friend, I'm like, it's like a lame show like Lost, where weird things happen that are unexplained, and
but they never have an ending or anything.
Right. It's like, no. It's like, this is way different. I'm like, okay, I'll hang in there. So I'll watch it.
When you finish
so
it,
far,
let me know if it has any of that lame shit. Because I'm afraid, because those guys have burned us, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I know. I'm
premise sounds great.
I never watched. Yeah, thankfully I never watched Lost. I think I must have been watching something else during that time. But I heard people like hating the ending or nothing ever happened. Things didn't get resolved. I'm like, I don't want any of that. So
yeah,
but
I feel
I'll let you know.
They went into that show half baked and they didn't have anything to do, so they kind of made it up as they went, and you could tell. You know what I mean?
I'm like, so
okay.
I told my
let me
friend,
know how
it's another. Yeah, I will. It's another one word show name, like Lost from. It's not gonna be lame like that, right? It's like, oh no, don't worry, it's way different. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, right.
So far, so
that's
good.
The thing.
I
There's
like
so much to watch now. It's like,
I know.
It's like we're kind of spoiled, and like I don't even think I could watch a show anymore that's like 24 episodes. Remember that was like the norm, like back in like 2010 and stuff.
Right.
And I don't think I could
I'm watching
24 episodes anymore. It's too much, Like we're slowly watching Deep Space Nine, and I can barely take that. Well, I mean, I can barely take how many episodes there are. It's like it's a lot, and then we're in the early stuff where it's kind of a slog to get through. So we're watching like one episode every, once a week or something. I like it. I like old. Like I can deal with like old like Star Trek writing, like because it was it was more written like a play and stuff. But I know it gets better as you keep going, because I know season 3 is where it really hits. But it's just we're in season 2 now, so it's like
I've never watched it either. So
oh, you never
I'll
did?
have to go back and watch that. No,
or
Voyager.
Really,
never watched any of that.
You have to have a soft spot for old television, like just like not old,
I
but
do.
like slow moving television. Let's put it that way. You have to have an affinity for that.
I do,
because if modern audiences, I don't think would ever watch this.
Yeah.
So, but
they don't have the patience.
All right, man. Yeah. Anything coming up with you, or
no, just.
No,
nothing really. No,
I was just going to show. I'm going to show the Plastic City guest list real quick. That's coming up, and geez, can you believe it? Less than 26 days or something like that. Like, it's going to be nuts. Also, my I don't know if you saw my Facebook post that I lettered one of Mark Spears's books. Like about a month ago, and it's finally coming out to shops this Wednesday. Cool. So I have to run out and grab one of those. But it's a really here's cool the guest list.
I mean, action-packed guest list. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and I just found out today Michael Sweet is going to actually bring the drummer of Stryper with him to the show as well.
Geez.
So
reunion.
So that'd be kind of cool.
I don't even know. I've never heard of them before this announcement.
Really? You never heard of
friends
Stryper?
about this?
Wow.
I may have heard them, but I never. I can't tell you a song to save my life.
No kidding. Wow. Well, were you an 80s wrestler? Were you an 80s like hair band? No.
Not maybe, not really. Maybe not the obscure bands, but like
okay.
The main ones. Like. But
we got a lot of great people coming this year.
Look at that guy.
Which one?
It's a pretty impressive list. That guy.
Yeah. Pretty awesome this year. And I mean, this is the list of all the vendors and there's still a few I have to add because I'm still finishing up the map and everything. But overall, this is pretty much the guest list this year. And I still held it at $10 for admission this year, which is getting harder and harder to do. Let me tell you, because all our costs are continuing to rise, and our I'm trying to do a good thing and keep the admission low.
I know, really. But you're doing charity work.
What's that?
Yeah, it's only on one day. It's only a 1 day event. They're I don't know.
Well, I see what might, like down the road, I might have to do something where we charge a little bit for kids, maybe, in order to keep kind of the prices in the same kind of, realm, I guess. Like, so I'm toying with maybe $5 for kids or something, or we just do $15 admission and keep kids free, or I don't know. I might have to take a poll on that. But even
at $15, you can't beat that. $15 is pretty good.
I feel like we're still like under the price of most conventions now.
Yeah, way under.
And like
especially
even our
VIP
package, that's like $20.
Yep.
is still cheaper than most than even like north, like what is it? Any of the conventions around
Northeast
this area.
Northeast,
yeah,
Northeast,
cheaper than Northeast. Regular admission. So, and you get like a couple prints, a comic, and sticker. And on top of getting early access to the show. So that's another huge thing.
Yeah.
Correct. So I'm excited for this year. I think it's going to be our best year.
But there's so many things going on. There's like Kids Con you got going on. The
panels,
drawing, the panels. Yeah, that's cool. Different.
Yeah. So you may see me running around a lot more this year.
I'm sure
Just making sure everything runs smoothly.
Yeah.
Not that I don't every other year, but like
I'll hand you a water every now and then. Like a runner.
Yeah, I know, right?
What was that guy's name in Seinfeld when somebody gave him like a hot water or something? I forget.
Oh yeah, I forget.
Right.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Right.
That's awesome. And the only other thing going on is I'm finally fulfilling Kids Switch 1 and 2. I'm about halfway done, actually. I should have that wrapped up this week. And so if you're waiting for your package, look for that very soon.
And you'll be selling them at the convention too?
Probably Terrificon, but I wanted to make sure all the backers get the books first before I start selling it at shows. So I purposely didn't sell it at the last convention because I didn't want to give it to anybody but the backers first. So but once it's out there in the wild, I'll probably start doing it.
Yeah.
That's cool. About it for me for updates. I'm still writing Mighty Mascots 11. That's coming along good.
Nice.
I talked to Ian this week and he's looking forward to getting pages. So hopefully we can get that moving this year. That one's going to be cool. It's going to be like a Boxer Bear focused issue. So we're going to learn about.
There's you should do like an Ocean 11 type thing.
Oh, like a heist. That'd be kind of funny. What's that cartoon they have for DreamWorks where it's like all the animals that are like Ocean's 11, the bad guys, I think it's called.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so. Yeah. I don't think yeah. That'd be cool. That'd be funny.
That'd be kind of fun,
For the 11th issue. But what were you gonna do? What were you thinking?
Well, I'm doing more like it's a Boxer Bear centric issue. So there'll be like basically almost like a Rocky IV kind of issue, where it's like Boxer Bears fighting like a bigger, badder like polar bear. But as as the fight's happening, you're also going to get flashbacks to, the advertising company that created Boxer Bear, and like you get to find out the inspirations and how Boxer Bear became what he is and things like that. So all that's happening while this fight's going on, and it all kind of connects together. So
is there a training montage too?
I didn't do that. I should have. No. I feel like that's kind of like something you need in every boxing. Kind of tough to do in comics, but I feel like it should be in there. But it's like one of those stories where it jumps back and forth between the present and the past every few pages.
Yeah.
So you get to see where in it, and it's also going to loosely tie into Johnny and Brian's comic there that they're working on. So, because Brian was on with us like about a month ago. He's working on a comic with some wrestlers and stuff. It'll loosely tie into a little bit of that world and stuff. But it should be a fun issue. I can't wait. What was Amy saying? Boxer is fighting a Kamachka brown bear, giant Russian bear. I was thinking of polar bear. I don't know. I like the look of a
Russian
polar
will
bear.
tie in better.
Which one?
Yeah, it's the biggest bear around, I think. Right?
Which one? The polar bears?
Yeah, the polar bear. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I
the
thought.
biggest
Like
bear.
polar bears are like the
Yeah,
huge, so I feel like that would be a good opponent for him.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with a polar bear.
Yeah, exactly. They're huge, and they like
they
look like they would kick your ass. So.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited for that. I think it's going to be a fun issue, and I like how it's coming together right now. So I just got to finish writing it, and then I'll probably go back.
Sounds
and
like a good premise.
Yeah, I want to. I don't want to
go
away from Mascots too much, even though I'm doing Kid Switch right now. I want to do an issue of Kid Switch, then do a Mighty Mascots. I want to go back and forth, so I can keep both going at the same time. So. But so that's all I got going on.
Speaking of Russians too, I saw He-Man, with Ivan Drago in it, Dolph Lundgren in the latest Master of the Universe
one.
No, the new one. He makes a cameo in the newer. Have you seen it?
What do you think of the new one? Before we go,
I didn't really like it. I mean, there are things that I liked about it and didn't like about it at the same time, But
the humor killed it for me. I hated the humor.
I didn't like.
It.
Yeah,
I
didn't like that part either.
I feel like they didn't have confidence in making the movie, so they were like, "Oh, let's just make fun of it." And there's moments that they're great. Like I thought the when they first attack Eternia in the beginning, that stuff was pretty cool, and there was no like jokes or anything. And Trapjaw looked awesome, and some of the other characters look great. But then they undercut everything with like a lame joke and then the gay jokes. That was too much. I just was like,
I didn't like the whole.
I think I disagree with you on. I think Jared Leto was the least of that movie's problem. I thought. I liked his voice for He-Man. I don't know. I thought he was all right.
Oh, Skeletor, I mean.
You didn't like the look, though, right? You were more on the look.
Well, no, the look was fine. It's just I'm so it's like the opposite of what Skeletor is. You know what I mean? Like voice wise, and
you were weird the till we meet again, that kind of voice, right?
Yeah. What's his name? The Oppenheimer guy, the original voice actor.
Yeah,
but he's like a billion years old. That guy, he's like in his 90s. But more of like a squeaker voice, not like a. I don't know. It was all right. And why wasn't Orko utilized? And why there's so many things. You stayed
past the credits, right? You saw Orko.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, but why? Yeah, I saw. Yeah, it's all right. But why not? Why wasn't he in it the whole time? I don't know.
Yeah,
there were things I liked about it, but I liked the casting. Everybody seemed all right. I mean, He-Man could have been beefier.
My buddy had a theory that the studio, and you can kind of see it in the movie, because Barbie was such a big hit that they tried to take and make find a men's property and do the same thing with, and that's why it has like the lame humor and stuff like that. And I was like, I could kind of see that a little bit, but
the cartoon had lame humor too, didn't it? Every now and then, like a little joke here and there.
Yeah, but it was different. Like they still kept it mostly serious. Like I don't know. I mean, it's goofy now to watch as an adult, but like.
And He-Man is like the most powerful man in the universe. He was like sword fighting with a bunch of dudes, and he couldn't like overpower them. Enough. Like,
I thought the guy was okay, done like I thought he was more like he should have been Prince Adam, and they should have got like a John Cena like Jack type for to play actually He-Man and transform him like they do in the show and stuff. But I don't know.
And everybody knew who he was.
What's up?
They changed some of the things. They changed some of the things around. Everybody knew that Prince Adam was He-Man. That's
right. It wasn't treated like a secret identity, which is interesting.
Right. His dad gets killed. The king.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't in love with it, and it was too like green screen too, I mean, with that all being said, I probably would watch a sequel, but I don't think it's going to get made. It didn't do well at all. I think that
it's going to be like a series, like a mini series or episodes of it. I heard coming out soon or something like that. Like
what, off of the movie or something on its own?
Yeah, I think off the movie. I think there's going to be like episodes coming out, like a series of. I don't know. Maybe I read it wrong, but we'll see. Oh, okay. I read something that it's coming out soon, but.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's a new cartoon.
I saw something
for Netflix or something, like they did those last few.
Mm-hmm.
Could be something like that.
I'm not sure.
I feel like if you're gonna watch any of the cartoons, the one in 2002, I think the 3 seasons they did there, or maybe it was only 2. That's the best version of He-Man, I think. Better than the. I like the Filmation one because I have some nostalgia for that, but I think if you want to watch one that's like a little more serious and a little more like badass, is the 2002 one, and it fixed a lot of the issues I had with the Filmation one. Like I always hated in Filmation on how like Prince Adam looked exactly like He-Man and no one could figure it out.
Right.
Like, it was like a worse secret identity than Clark Kent. Used to drive
Superman.
me crazy.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But in the 2002 episode or the series, Prince Adam was more like a younger kid. And then when he transformed, he was like a completely other person. I was like, finally.
Like Shazam. Like Shazam.
Yes. Yeah. Almost like Shazam. And I was like, that's perfect. And then on top of that, they did some cool things. Like you got to see, I think in the pilot episode, you got to see Skeletor, what he looked like when he had a face.
Like his uncle, right? That's He-Man's uncle or Prince Adam's uncle. Right? Isn't that how it goes in the cartoons?
I know the king, He-Man's father in the series was fighting him for some reason.
Yeah, I think that's his brother, actually. I think
might be his brother, that's actually maybe,
right. And then somehow some kind of acid or some kind of magical thing.
No, he used he used some magic spell that he was going to use on He-Man's father. And then I don't know if he used the sword to block it or something, but he basically reflected it back to Skeletor's face.
Right.
And then his face just started magically melting off, which I couldn't believe that they showed that in a cartoon, but I thought it was, I was like, whoa, this is cool, And
because you never knew how it like
he was just a skeleton, and I thought that was so cool. Like,
well, his head was.
Yeah, but it also explains why he had why his face was a skeleton, and he was ripped to shreds, like how does that work? Like how come he's not full skeleton? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
but I love that.
He didn't go full skeleton
version of the cartoon. They were getting into some cool stuff. Like they were this season 3 that never happened. They were getting into how Hordak was Skeletor's like god,
boss,
and they were going to get into the She-Ra stuff, but they never got a 3rd season, unfortunately. But it was really good. If you can find it on DVD somewhere, totally get it. It's awesome.
I'll look it up. I'm sure it's
it might be on Tubi too. Tubi's been showing like old cartoons and stuff, so you might be able to find it there. But yeah, no, that's. I would say watch it if you.
Sounds familiar.
It's still.
I think I've seen that. I may have seen a couple. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching a little more cartoons lately at night. Like when I've done playing video games, I went back to watching Thundar, and I've been watching.
Oh yeah, that's on Tubi.
I've actually been watching a little bit of Transformers too, like the season original? Right after the movie. Yeah, the G1 stuff, but the season after the 86 movie. Do you remember that? Yeah. Like when everything kind of.
I think I own the movie. Yeah, I own the movie, and I'm sure I've seen the original cartoons.
Yeah, because that season is so weird that I wanted to revisit it, so I started watching the mini series that came after the movie, and I was like, "Wow, I don't remember any of this." And so I've been watching that. And I've also been watching a little bit of Ben 10, which I've never seen. I just remember it being around when we were at Deluxe and stuff, and I never watched it.
Yeah, I've watched a few.
But it's like kind of like such a cult hit thing with kids that grew up around that time.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Your Kid Switch almost. You know,
yeah, that's why I'm kind of watching it, because I wanted to see what they did with it, and it's enjoyable. It's a good show. I've only watched like 4 episodes, but all of this is on
there's many
Tubi.
versions. There's several versions of Ben 10 too. It's like older, different style. I've seen.
There's ones where he gets older and he's like a teenager and stuff like that. And I guess it gets more serious. But yeah,
I do want to. Which reminds me of Lanterns, which I can't wait to see. It looks pretty awesome.
Let me know how that is. I've been hearing bad things about it. You'll have to let me know how it is. Well, I heard I don't know how true this is, but I heard they kill Hal Jordan in the first episode. And if that's true, I'm not bothering with that. Like, because that's just stupid.
Well, towards the end of his run as
I know, but no one wants
he hands up.
No one wants to see Hal Jordan die. I'm sorry. Like,
I know, right?
And but I gotta admit, the new trailer looked good. Like, so if that doesn't happen, I could be swayed to watch it. So, because I like that they're doing the Manhunters. And I like that Sinestro was in it. Did you watch the new trailer? That was cool.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I do like Jon Stewart, but I just don't want them to kill. And I think Kyle Chandler is awesome. So I want him to be Hal Jordan. So through the whole thing. Although they gotta explain why he's so pissed off. He seems like he's just like angry in it, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm gonna wait on that one. I'm gonna wait and see what people are saying before I watch it.
She seems salty in that.
A little bit. I didn't even finish Spider Noir. I got like 4 episodes in.
I couldn't get through it either.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I don't know. Maybe I couldn't see Nick. What's his name?
Nick Cage.
Yeah, Cage. I couldn't see him like swinging, flinging, like flying around like Spider-Man. Like he seems too dumpy to be like
that. Didn't bother me.
I couldn't buy it.
I could suspend my belief on that stuff. The thing that it just bored me. Like I was like, where's this going? Like 4 episodes in, like felt like nothing was happening. So I just was like,
right.
We just never went back.
It was almost too old timey. very, very noir.
That didn't bother me, but if you're gonna do noir, you gotta go somewhere with it. You know, I'm almost thinking that show would have benefited from being cut down from 8 episodes to like 6 or something, you know. But maybe I'll finish one of these days. But like, I was like, if you can't get me hooked after 4 episodes, I mean, come on, you know.
I think I stopped at the same exact point you did too. Like I couldn't make it past 4.
Yeah, I just got bored. Like, and it's pretty bad when you're watching a show and you're like, oh, let me see what's on my phone. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think it's pretty bad when I think I kept falling asleep on the 4th episode. I'm like, what happened? I'm like, where am I? I was like, time travel. Like, where am I? Like,
yeah, that's a problem with genre.
I couldn't stay awake.
But I don't know. Maybe down the road, I'll probably watch it, but I doubt it. You know.
But I am binging Curb though. I'm still on that. It's like a great show. It's basically Seinfeld with like swearing in it. Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, Curb Your Enthusiasm's awesome. That's a show I can totally see watching again down the road. Like,
besides Larry David being rich on the show and having money and being the co-creator of Seinfeld on that show, he plays himself. Everything, bizarre things that happen to him. Like, I mean, I'm there. I've been there. I can tell you stories. Like, things can happen. I'm very socially awkward.
It's very funny,
Yeah.
And that show doesn't really have a bad episode. If it does, I don't remember one being bad,
Yeah, they're all.
Did you get to the season where Leon's living with them yet?
Not yet. No, not yet.
Okay, those ones are gold, man. That guy is so goddamn funny, man. Just the way he talks.
Yeah. Oh, right. She's funny in real life. Like I think he was like a guest on Stern one day or one time.
Oh, so funny.
Talks super fast, and like
like when he was telling that story about being a writer on Saturday Night Live, and like they were talking about how his pitch meetings were like legendary because like his ideas were so fucking all over the place. Like he's like, all right, catch this, a pirate, 2 eye patches, like. Like it's so funny. Weird and funny, but the way he talks, like it's just so funny.
Yeah, right. Super funny.
Like if I ever got an animated series going for Mighty Mascots, I would try my damnedest to get him to be the voice for Brewster McPunch. I think that would be so good. Can you just picture that? Like that would be so awesome, because he has done voice work for like the Harley Quinn cartoon, and I heard his voice in some other cartoon as well. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He was the Nickelodeon one. He was Bebop, I think. He played Bebop. Right. So if you ever watch the Nickelodeon one, the one that was on in the mid or early 2010, 12, around that era, he's the voice of Bebop, which was a lot of fun, so.
All right. I'll have to look it up. Yeah.
And that was just when he was getting big. That's when he was on Curb and everything. So, but he's awesome. That dude should do movies. He's so freaking funny.
He plays a character. I forget what point in history that new Larry David historical, satire thing he's doing.
Yeah, I still haven't watched that yet. I gotta put that one in.
Yeah, he's in there too. He's in there.
I think I saw a clip of it, and it looks really funny. And I was like, I gotta watch that.
Yeah. Some people don't like they don't get the humor, but I think it's classic Larry David. Like I don't know, it's kind of funny.
I don't know. I like it.
I'm still watching it.
It feels like it's Curb, but through like a historic lens. That's what it feels like.
Right.
He's like kind of
what really happened according to.
Right.
Like Larry, like Larry David was very upset that he wasn't invited to the Boston Tea Party.
Yeah, right.
No, that's one of the skits. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then then there was a true story of what's her name, Rosa Parks, who was made to sit in the back of the bus, but the reality was she wasn't forced to sit in the back of the bus. She had to escape Larry David's character. He was like a weird, dirty old man trying to hit on her. She's like she's trying to get away from him. She moved to the back of the bus herself. So
yeah, I mean, this sounds like Curb episodes,
right? Exactly what it is, right?
Yeah, it's so funny, huh? Maybe he just didn't want to do another season of Curb and wanted to.
Maybe.
Change it up a little bit.
I thought it all tied in with the America's birthday, the 250th. Maybe that's why he did it. I don't know, but
yeah, maybe.
I like
maybe.
It.
He's still funny, man. Yeah. He's a funny dude. I liked when he was on Howard that one time. That interview was pretty good.
Yeah, I saw that recently, like a few minutes of it. I have to go back and watch the whole thing, but yeah, I mean, they're very similar.
Yeah.
Like
good
Howard
stuff.
and him. They're very
they really do have a similarity. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But all right, man. Well, I got to get up early tomorrow, so I'm gonna start wrapping this up.
Me too, actually.
You said you had nothing really to promote this week.
No, not really. It's when I show up that drawing that I did to announce the signing of Ted DiBiase at Plastic City.
Cool.
So I figured I'd.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really.
Other than that.
All right. Cool.
No, you did some announcing. Yeah.
Yeah, I did some announcing.
You get some cool things. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But all right, everybody, we're gonna wrap this one up.
Right.
Sorry, Johnny couldn't be in, but he made a cameo tonight, so that's good.
Right. Yep.
Like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Check out Sight, the comic by Jack Purcell, who was our guest this night. That's going to be in stores on August 5th, I think he said. Read comics, everybody. Have a
That'd be
great
pretty cool if Boxer Bear could have could see the future.
The site, yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe a
crossover.
Maybe, you never know.
All right.
Be like the Dead Zone with the bear, But anyways, everyone have a great rest of your week, and we're back on our regular schedule, so we'll be back in 2 Mondays. So,
right.
And have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later, everybody. Good night.
Have a good night.